At the end of the battle against Gas, all the Z warriors started in the same way with a rigorous training, since they realized that they could not always depend on the Saiyan warriors. Meanwhile, in the Kingdom of the Whole, Daishinkan was very thoughtful because several timelines had been formed throughout the 12 multiverses, and the power beyond a god was required for him to be able to solve these problems. These problems are serious, but I think I have the perfect candidate to be able to solve this problem. At the moment when Daishinkan was about to leave the Kingdom of All, Zeno-sama would appear at Daishinkan's side.
Daishinkan, I'm feeling really bored. I want you to bring Son Goku to play with me, since I'm not able to have fun with absolutely nothing.
It is a pity, my lord, that I'm not able to fulfill your request this time, as I have to dare to take Mr. Goku as the new guardian of time and space.
Wow, that name's amazing. Is there even a position with that name?
That's right, my lord. Only the Kaioshin named Chronoa needs a very powerful being to be able to eradicate the beings that threaten universal extinction.
I understand. But I guess before my friend Goku is appointed with that position, he'll have to go through a test in order to be worthy of that position, or am I wrong?
Of course you're not wrong, great Zeno-sama. Mr. Goku, before being able to take over that position, he must be able to pass all the tests required for him to be able to become the new guardian of space-time.
This'll be great! I want to see how my friend Goku's able to overcome each of those tests.
Meanwhile, on planet Earth, Goku is meditating in some of the mountains because the Gas Warrior was able to defeat him with a single blow despite possessing the Ultra Instinct. So, Goku had undergone a rigorous training with which he was able to overcome each of his limits. However, in the front of Goku, a great aura would rise all over the sky, as well as the entire universe.
What is that gray light? Is he a new enemy?
Of course I'm not your enemy, Mr. Goku. On the contrary, I come to offer you a great training with which you'll be able to overcome your limits.
Are you serious? Of course I'm interested.
But for that, you must hold a position in the Divine Realm, so that I will be able to train him personally.
Oh, I'm not sorry, but I even told Whis I'd never destroy planets. I'm not that kind of person. I appreciate it.
I perfectly know how you are, Mr. Goku, so don't worry. The position I'm going to give you is that of a guardian of space-time.
Guardian of space-time? What should I do with that position? I've never heard of that. There is such a position in the 12 universes.
It's a very important position, so no one of the gods knows about their existence. Only the angels and the beings of the highest rank.
I understand, but can you explain to me what I have to do to get that position?
I don't know what's happening in the other timelines, but it's even affecting ours, and we need the power of a warrior who's able to deal with those irregularities.
Wow, that means that I have to fight very powerful warriors. And of course I agree. I will.
I know I could count on your support, Mr. Goku. In that case, I'll be better to leave right now so that you could start your new training. They both left for the realm of the All, in which Zeno-sama had the moment rush towards his friend, hugging him tightly and even congratulating him on his new position as the guardian of space-time. My lord, it's very rushed, because Mr. Goku at this moment has just started with his time guardian training.
That doesn't matter, Daishinkan, since I trust in the potential that my friend Goku has, and I know that he'll be able to become very powerful. I promise not to disappoint you, Zen friend, and I'll make sure to give everything to myself to become very powerful and to be worthy of the new position that's been entrusted to me.
Now, Mr. Goku, who has finished greeting the king completely, it's time, and we'll even access a new dimension in which time stops very quickly to have greater results in the shortest possible time.
Apparently we're in a setback. Of course! Right now I'm going with Daishinkan.
Exactly, Mr. Goku. Dimensional cracks are starting to appear with much more frequencies. And if this continues like this, it may be catastrophic for our multiverse. Both warriors were sent to one of the most multiple dimensions that existed in the Kingdom of Everything, in which instantly Goku would realize how gravity was millions of times increased, which had left him surprised, because even accessing the Super Saiyan Blue, he had not been able to stand for more than 10 seconds.
What is this place? I'm not able to move freely. I feel like my body weighs thousands of tons.
In order for you, Mr. Goku, to become the guardian of space-time, you must be prepared to withstand great loads of energy and even pressures.
But this is amazing. It's our first day, Daishinkan.
I trust you, Mr. Goku, but don't worry, because I'll give you angelic energy right now. Energy that only angels are capable of using.
Daishinkan, by granting him a little of the angelic essence, the change in the environment in the whole place was sudden, because Son Goku's power had grown in an amazing way. That's right, his entire internal system was able to transport twice as much energy as he usually produces. At the moment, Goku, who was lying on the ground, was able to open his eyes, being able to make a great aura rise all over the place, while his imposing silver eyes illuminated the whole place.
This is amazing. Not all warriors who receive angelic energy are able to master it on such a level on their first day.
But my body's still too heavy. But I am able to move a little more.
From this moment, we'll start with the great training, Mr. Goku.
I'm ready, Daishinkan. I can't fail in this mission.
Son Goku's training had begun, in which with the knowledge of the great priest, his power began to have an incredible energy increase, as well as his combat style had changed drastically because this time, his defense and offense were at the highest level, while his power seemed to have no limit. In that dimension, 2 years had already passed in which Goku had been able to master the pressure 100%, being able to use all his speed without any problem. Mr. Goku, being in Contra Time, that has been your training. Of course, your techniques and powers will have to keep training them on your own.
I understand, Daishinkan, but before I leave this dimension, can you fight me, please? I want to measure myself with one of the 5 most powerful warriors of the 12 universes.
Of course I do, Mr. Goku, but I'll be benevolent to you, since I will only use my right arm. Don't worry, attack with all your power.
Goku, a little annoyed being underestimated, he had rushed against Daishinkan, but Daishinkan was able to stop each of Goku's punches without any difficulty. Even being able to dodge them, no problem. While Goku attacked, he would notice that Daishinkan, despite having the opportunity, did not hit him. Goku would instantly take a little distance. If you get a chance to hit me, please do it. You don't know how humiliating it is for a warrior that his enemy holds back. I want you to take me seriously.
If that's your request, I'll do it, Mr. Goku.
Daishinkan, he would put himself in a battle pose as he would raise both of his arms. Without Goku being able to see absolutely anything, he was able to grant him a series of blows in all his vital parts. So at the moment Goku would fall to the ground, it didn't matter that Goku was using the Ultra Instinct, since Daishinkan's power was on another level of divine scale. It'll be better to leave for today, and with his great ability to increase his power, I know that in a few thousand years he'll be able to come a little closer to my power. While Daishinkan would turn his back on him, Goku with all his willpower would start to stand up. If I'm not able to grant a single blow to Daishinkan, I'm not worthy of this position. I have to become much more powerful. Goku, straining his body to the limit, even damaging several veins of his energy due to the excessive use of energy, was able to release a gigantic power, which this time was able to make even Daishinkan retreat a few meters, being caught off guard.
Wow, I didn't know that Mr. Goku's power was able to reach this limit. Apparently he was holding back.
Damn, my body hurts too much. This is the power beyond Ultra Instinct, and I'm only able to hold it for about 2 minutes. Goku would begin to move at a flashing speed, which for Daishinkan would still not be amazing. However, having his limited power, his body was not able to possess the speed required to be able to dodge him, because at that moment, Goku would appear as a flash in front of Daishinkan, being able to connect a big blow all over his face. The power that had been overwhelming that even the bones of his arms shattered, while Daishinkan would fall with an overwhelming power. Even to his surprise, he would start to feel a liquid flowing from his body.
Damn, that hurt me. This warm fluid. This is blood. This Saiyan has been able to make a priest bleed like I am.
At that moment, as if it were a meteorite, Goku would also fall into a part of that dimension while his whole body was torn to pieces. But the most serious damage were of his energy veins, which were so delicate that it was impossible for them to transport energy.
Well, you're totally worthy of owning the position of this space-time guardian, as you're even able to give your life if an enemy requires it.
Thanks, but my whole body hurts. I'm not able to move in the slightest.
That's because he used the power beyond Ultra Instinct, and his body is not yet able to withstand those great loads of energy.
Daishinkan, being a high priest, he would begin to heal each of his energy veins, being able to make Goku able to stand up, although his energy veins were still a little numb.
Your energy veins will pass in that state for about 24 hours, but don't worry, it won't leave any aftermath.
I thank you, Daishinkan, and I promise to become much more powerful than you. Next time, I'll be able to give him much more of an even battle.
Both warriors would come out of that dimension, but the instant they did, a surprising pressure would be felt by all the 12 universes, as they were not prepared for said power. That's right, Goku's power on this occasion had been able to overcome all the 12 angels without an exception.
Oh, I'm sorry. I'll have to control my power so not to cause havoc for any universe.
Daishinkan would use a small sphere of energy in one of his fingers, with which he was able to create a powerful barrier in each of the universes, so that they would be able to withstand Goku's power and not collide in the process. I've placed barriers in each of the 12 universes, while you master all that power, Mr. Goku. But now, we'll start with the ritual of the first position of Guardian of Space-Time.
Sure, Daishinkan, I'm ready.
Instantly, Daishinkan would stretch out one of his hands, of which a pentagram would be formed all over the place. Starting to surround Goku, his hair would rise a little, while his clothes had changed to a silver one. Due to his position, after only 30 minutes, the ritual had ended, being Goku named as the Guardian of Space-Time.
These clothes feel as great, but I think I'll wear my usual clothes because these clothes kind of feel uncomfortable.
Goku would put on his usual clothes, which instantly he would be prepared for his new position as the Guardian of Space-Time. So Daishinkan would stand next to Goku. It's time to leave so that you're able to meet your partner with whom you'll make a great team.
Dude, congratulations! I knew you'd take over this position. I trust you, friend. Thank you very much, little Zen, and I promise to give my best so that no dimensional gap is formed. We're counting on you, friend Goku.
Daishinkan would take Goku to the Temple of Time, where we can observe a Kaioshin named Corona, which I was a little surprised to observe Daishinkan accompanied by a person not belonging to the divine world. Nice to meet you again, Daishinkan. But tell me, who is he? You better know better than anyone. It's not allowed that even for gods to know the existence of this place, much less a mortal. A while without seeing you, Corona. And don't worry, since this warrior I have here will be your companion. He's the new Guardian of Space-Time, so I hope you do a great teamwork together. Corona would be surprised. However, at the moment, a new crack would appear in front of everyone. Apparently they have work to do. I'm leaving. Daishinkan would disappear from the place while Corona would observe Goku fixedly. If Daishinkan's brought you here, I guess you're very powerful, and I'll trust you. Please, go solve what's happening in that said dimensional gap.
Of course, yes. It's time to put my training to the test. But tell me, what happened?
In the original story, Black Goku defeated by the Vegito fusion. But in this timeline, Black Goku has achieved a much greater power, with which he was even able to finish off Vegito, Super Saiyan Blue.
Wow. That looks like a perfect way to test my new power.
Goku would enter the crack that was in front of this, so Goku would start with his position as Guardian of Time and Space. When Goku entered the three-dimensional rift, he was able to reach the planet Earth of Universe 7 from an alternate timeline, in which he was able to observe a completely defeated Vegito at the hands of Black Goku Super Saiyan Rose Phase 3. In said transformation, Black Goku was able to possess a brutal energy increase, being so much that he'd been able to defeat the fusion of both Saiyans.
Apparently they were nothing more than simple worms, but it doesn't matter, because when I finish with you, I'll also delete your timeline, so there's absolutely nothing left.
Damn, we weren't able to do anything even being merged. This'll be our end. Damn, I'll be defeated by Kakarot's copy of the Dam. Black would instantly throw a great attack against the warriors. However, at the moment, a power of the same way would not lose against the power of Black Goku was able to repel the great attack, being able to cause a big explosion all over the place. However, Goku would create a powerful barrier for Goku and Vegeta of that timeline. At the moment of dissipating the smoke, a Goku could be observed in front of both Saiyans. Everyone present was surprised due to the appearance of a new Goku. What the hell is going on? Is he a new enemy?
Who are you? I'm not able to feel your energy, but you have no bad intentions. That's not interesting. Just don't worry, since I'll take care of ending Black Goku's life. It'll be a good workout to stretch the muscles. You are much more arrogant than the Saiyans behind you, but you do think that you have the power required to do something against me?
Black, at an incredible speed, had moved to one side of Goku. However, no one around him was able to observe the movement. But a few seconds later, Black could be observed on the ground in terrible conditions. That's right, in microseconds, Goku had been able to grant him hundreds of blows in each of his vital points.
I really wouldn't want to end your life, but having the training beyond a god, I know that subjects like you will never change. So this will be your final. No, damn. I've been able to wipe out all the gods in this timeline, and neither you nor anyone else will be able to wipe out my dream of wiping out humanity.
Black at the moment would throw thousands of spheres of energy all over the place, which this time caused great destruction all around him, while for Goku, it was absolutely nothing. Goku at the moment would observe Black fixedly, while he approached the same, and his eyes as well as his hair began to turn a silver color.
Wow, what is that transformation? My body hurts, but I have interest to know how that guy is the same as me, but he has a gigantic power.
Hell, who is he? Even Black in Super Saiyan Phase 3, he defeated Vegito without much difficulty, and this new Kakarot's able to face him without any problem. At the moment, Goku would be in front of Black, who, despite trying to move, was not able to do absolutely anything, because the simple pressure of Goku was not able to get him to move his joints, so at the moment, Goku would decrease his pressure, allowing Black to be able to move a little.
I want you to at least help me stretch my muscles, but if you're not able to even do what that was, I'd be able to end your pathetic life.
From a blind spot, hundreds of energy spheres were fired at Goku. That's right, it was Zamasu. And I don't know who the hell there is another Goku, but we won't let ourselves be defeated. Only you stand in our way.
If you really want to fight with a real warrior, let us merge. You being a Saiyan, I know that you're the most looking forward to. Haha, of course you could do it. Although unfortunately for you, even if you merge, you won't be able to do anything against me, since your power is very distant from mine.
Black and Zamasu at the moment began to merge, creating a powerful warrior who would rise to the top of the entire planet, with which, out warning, would throw a powerful beam of energy. No, careful, damn. Even though he's another Kakarot, he's still good for nothing. When I let his energy merge, his power grew in an unreal way. But when the smoke dissipated, it could be seen how Goku had been able to stop the power of Zamasu fusion, while Goku's cold gaze would fix them completely. At the same time, the fusion was not able to move in the slightest. That's right, Goku's power this time was so great as to even paralyze those deities.
With you, I won't be able to test my power, so it'd be better to finish with you.
Goku would begin to fight against Zamasu fusion, which, due to experiencing the sensation to death, was able to move, starting to fight against Goku. However, his attempts were in vain because, to tell the truth, the distance that separated them was like heaven and earth. For its part, in the Palace of Time, the Kaioshin Corona was watching everything that had happened, being very surprised, due to the power possessed by that warrior, which she had underestimated.
I don't know who she is, but when I come back I will ask him his name, as he has really turned out to be a very powerful warrior, and that surprises me.
Before returning to the battlefield, the fusion was humiliated in the worst way possible. So before being eradicated, it would choose to blend in with the entire Universe 7.
Now that I've merged with the whole Universe 7, you won't be able to do anything. No matter how much your power is, you're a scumbag.
From all over the universe, several energy attacks began to fall against all the warriors. However, the barrier that Goku had previously placed was powerful enough to withstand all the attacks. But the warriors inside would be worried.
Hell, if the damn Zamasu has merged with the universe, no matter what power that warrior possesses, we won't be able to defeat him.
Before the Goku of that timeline says anything, Goku the Guardian of Space-Time would exclaim,
Goku, I don't want you to use the little Z button, because I'm capable of killing this damn war myself. What? How do you know I was going to use the button?
Instantly, Goku would begin to rise throughout Universe 7, while thousands of attacks were directed towards it. However, a simple aura did not allow Zamasu's attacks to hurt him. So at the moment, Goku would expel much more of his power, with which his aura would grow much more throughout the universe, being able to disintegrate a part of Zamasu's essence.
If I'm able to disintegrate your essence completely, no matter what you merge with, I'll be able to end your miserable life.
Zamasu, despite being confident, after a few seconds his confidence would turn to despair, realizing how the power of that warrior began to also rise in an incredible way. That's right, Goku had decided to end this once and for all. So at the moment, he was able to disintegrate all the essence of Zamasu. But instantly, Goku disappeared from that timeline to the problem be solved completely. while the warriors of that timeline were surprised by the power that demonstrated that Goku.
Wow, I don't know how that version of me possessed so much power, but I hope to be able to fight in the future.
Returning to the Temple of Time, Goku would be cordially received by Krona.
I'm glad to know your first mission was a success, but may I know what's your name, and how do you possess so much power? Thank you. My name's Son Goku, although I'm also known as Kakarot, and answering your second question, I've always liked to train, although my power exploded with Daishinkan's training.
Wow, that is amazing. I've never met any mortal who has personally trained with the great priest Daishinkan. So for that reason, he himself has granted you this position, since you have the required power.
It's not a big deal. I'm just trying to do my best with my new position. So if there's any problems or gaps, just let me know.
Sure, no problem. I'll take care of it. So Goku, being about to leave, a big rumble would be felt all over the Temple of Time, just like a crack of a large dark color size would appear all over the center, something that had never happened since the Temple of Time had been created.
What's going on, Krona? Is he a new enemy, or is that crack appeared recently the cause?
However, an incredible power was released from that crack, while a very injured Trunks would be able to get out of the portal. But when he was in front of the warriors, he would fall out of combat. However, at the moment, a powerful energy claw was approaching Trunks, for which Goku would expel a large part of his energy, being able to repel that claw, although it was costing him too much, having not accessed his most powerful state.
Krona, holding on to Trunks and step aside. I won't be able to hold this barrier for long.
Krona, with a decent speed, was able to hold Trunks moving away, so at the moment, a big rumble would be caused all over the place.
Goku, you better enter the rift, or bring the subject of fight to a part of this multiverse, because if the Temple of Time suffers more damage, a dimensional catastrophe may occur, destroying even all existing timelines.
So a large part of his energy, Goku is able to move at a flashing speed, entering the gap, so at the moment, charging a powerful blow, he is able to throw that entity to a planet of his timeline, making the planet suffer great impact, but would not be destroyed despite the power.
Wow, what timeline are we on? I can't believe that, even using a large part of my power, I haven't been able to eliminate that planet.
However, from all over the planet, an amazing essence would become present, so it would make even Goku's body shudder.
This power is gigantic. I can't trust myself because even if I receive one of the blows from that guy, I'm sure it could cause me great damage.
The great aura would likewise rise all over the place, transversing everything around him, while the warrior, while rising, created thousands of shatters all around him, spread all over the place, just like the planet itself at this moment could not stand the energy he released. Well, but if you are Kakarot, but apparently you are the Kakarot from another dimension. Since thousands of years ago, I've ended your life in this timeline.
Damn, I don't know what timeline we're on, but I can't let you damage another timeline.
At the moment, when all the smoke from the place dissipated, a silver-haired warrior could be observed, which at the first glance looked like a Saiyan or even a human, but the power was not at all low.
Who are you? Why have you caused havoc in this timeline? And why do you even want to destroy other timelines?
Without Goku receiving an answer, he would be attacked, receiving a powerful blow in the stomach, which, despite possessing the Ultra Instinct, hadn't been able to dodge such a powerful blow, which would make him fall to the surface of a planet. But at the moment of Goku trying to stand, various blood was spreading all over the place.
Yeah, damn, that hit hurt me too much. I'm not even able to stand up.
The warrior who possessed a sword would wield his sword, so at the moment, without waiting for Goku to recover, he would throw a powerful lunge. But at the moment, this would grow hundreds of times more, so trying to dodge it, it would be impossible for him.
I don't have time to think about the catastrophe that my power could cause. If this guy wins, it'll be the end of the whole Temple of Time.
Goku would expel all the power of the perfect Ultra Instinct, which, he was able to make that great sword not be able to get even a millimeter closer. That's right, the great pressure of Goku combined with his power, they were able to stop the sword. But Goku was surprised to realize how, for a warrior, that pressure was like the simple breeze of the mountains. I can tell that you possess a great power, but you are able to release some pressure. But I was already able to end your pathetic life on one occasion, so it shouldn't be a problem to be able to end your life on a second occasion. Both warriors crossed a few glances, so at the moment, they began to exchange thousands of blows all over the place. However, in all this exchange of blows, despite Goku's possessing great power, It seemed that his immense power was not able to face this great warrior, which was able to grant many more effective blows. While Goku, the more the battle went on, his body began to be very affected since the blows that warrior granted him were of a high power level. Goku would instantly be sent to a planet, falling brutally. As I've told you before, I was already able to end your pathetic existence once, so ending your existence a second time's not complicated for me. Goku would try to stand up, however his whole system was in pieces, but at the moment he would remember the words of his beloved teacher Daishinkan. The power of the Saiyan warriors lies in their anger, so when there's no more way out, anger, you will be able to release much more power. Goku would begin to release all his power, so like his power, his hair would likewise begin to grow in an incredible way, while this time all that dimension would likewise tremble. The incredible power of Goku kept releasing in an incredible way. So at the moment, to release all the rest of his energy, he was able to cause a big explosion all over the place, where they were, which would make Genshi, to be sent a few meters back, being a little surprised of the new power of Goku. This is amazing. I didn't think that a Goku from another timeline so powerful. But no matter the power you possess, you won't be able to do anything against me. Genshi would instantly raise all his power, so a red aura would spread throughout the universe where they were, and in the same way would make Goku move a little away, which was approaching at a great speed. So this is the power that my teacher told me about. It's an incredible power, but I don't think I could stand more than 10 minutes with all this power. The incredible aura of Genshi would spread all over the place, while at the moment Genshi, without warning, had rushed against Goku, which in the same way he would, the battle would begin. However, it seemed that their powers were equalized, but the more the battle went on, Genshi began to take advantage, because this time Goku was not able to master the wear of energy that this transformation exerted on him. Unlike his opponent, who was able to master the power in its totality, Genshi was able to deliver a powerful blow to Goku's face, sending him to a planet, destroying it in its entirety. Instantly, Goku would recover on a rock from space. However, too much blood is spreading from all over his body. Damn, the power that this warrior is able to release is incredible. I'm not able to do anything. I feel like my whole body's about to collapse. I must admit that you're much more powerful than the Goku I face. But no matter what timeline you're from, you are still the same scum. Goku would immediately activate one of his dimensional rings, being able to escape the moment in which Genshi was able to detonate a powerful sphere of energy, destroying the entire universe where they were fighting. Goku was traveling through multiple timelines out of combat because the damage he had received from Genshi had been complete madness, while in the same way the energy consumption in that transformation was crazy. At the moment, which of Goku would be sent to the planet of the god Beerus of Universe 7 from a very different timeline, so instantly it would fall with a great power, creating a great rumble all over the planet, which would cause the god Beerus to wake up furious. Who dares interrupt my sleep? Do they not know that I'm the mighty Beerus, the god of destruction? However, at the moment, Beerus would recognize Goku. But if you're Goku, do you come to train with Whis? Next time I want to be more cautious, because otherwise I'll end your life. However, both deities immediately noticed how Goku's body was in terrible condition, and at the moment, Whis was able to notice a divine seal on Goku's clothing. That seal represented this position as the guardian of space-time, so that he didn't have to wear that clothing. Mr. Beerus, apparently this Goku is not the Goku of our timeline, because as I am able to realize, this is Goku, he is the guardian of space-time. Guardian of space-time? Is there such a charge as that? That's right, Mr. Beerus, he is the warrior who possesses the power to require to finish off any being that endangers the realities and dimensions. But apparently he hasn't been able to clinch the victory due to his injuries being serious. Whis. Of course, Mr. Beerus, at this very moment. Whis was the most powerful angel and would try to heal Son Goku. However, was surprised because at the moment of approaching, it would be impossible for him. That's right, Goku's whole body had created an energy barrier, which no being of lower rank would be able to cross. Well, apparently with my power and the resting, I won't be able to go inside to heal Mr. Goku, so I have to raise my power a little. Whis, by raising his power to 50%, would try again, but the result would be the same, which at this moment, his astonishment would be much greater, although in the same way, a chill would run through his entire body. I can't believe the power this Goku possesses, but I have to use 100% of all my power since these wounds won't heal on their own. Whis, at the moment, would create a barrier for Beerus, which left a little confused. Hey Whis, so you create a barrier for me? But he was surprised to realize how his entire planet was beginning to be destroyed, while Whis continued with the increase of all his power. After a few seconds, Whis was able to access 100% of all his power. With all this power, I'm sure I'll be able to access the said barrier. As Whis started to approach towards the barrier, impressive as it may seem, Whis again was not able to enter, which this time would cause all his power to decrease, while the barrier he had created for his god would disappear completely. Hey Whis, what happened? Why'd you expel all that incredible power? Mr. Beerus, I haven't been able to penetrate the barrier that Mr. Goku's created. This power is so great that even with 100% of all my power, I haven't been able to crack it. We just have to wait until he wakes up. Beerus was surprised by the words of Whis. Meanwhile, returning to the Temple of Space-Time, Krona finds himself next to Trunks, who on this occasion was able to access his god state, which he had chosen as his new base state. Thank you, Krona, for the help, because if not for you, I would have died at the hands of that dam. But explain to me, Trunks, what happened? Your power's not low at all, and you arrived in terrible conditions. Flashback, millions of years ago, a powerful warrior wanted to become the destroyer of time. He wanted to only exist in the entire multiverse. For that reason, the Guardian of All that decided to grant the position to a powerful warrior who would become the Guardian of Space-Time. The first Supreme Saiyan, named Yamoshi, would face this warrior named Genshi. That's right, the same subject had been created in the same way for millions of years, so at the moment the battle of both warriors would be so intense, but in an act of desperation, the mighty Yamoshi with all his power was able to cause a gigantic explosion throughout the 18 universes, which at the moment 6 of them were destroyed, while it was believed that Yamoshi and Genshi had died. But a few months ago, a strange presence would be felt in one of the timelines. So they had sent Trunks, candidate to Kaioshin of Time, but he was completely massacred by his enemy named Genshi. End flashback. That means that Genshi you're talking about is the reason why the Temple of Space-Time was created, and that warrior has come back to life. Unfortunately, that's the way Corona is. No damn, we should inform Goku because he's not a warrior that is able to face easily. Returning to the planet of Beerus, it had already been about 3 weeks in which, in the same way, the Temple of Time was on the trail of Goku. Meanwhile, being frozen, they weren't able to feel his power in the slightest. But after 6 months, both deities were walking all over their planet. Instantly, a great serious pressure perceived by the deities, so that at a great speed, they headed towards where Goku was. But missing a few meters, there would be a crash to the ground since Goku's pressure had increased in an incredible way. So much so that he'd been able to leave both deities surprised. Damn, I can't move. Feel like every movement's hard for me to breathe. So, for that reason, I'm not able to enter the barrier he had created. His power is so great that even I, as Supreme Angel's not able to do anything. My body hurts. When Goku was in state of shock, he would continue with the increase of his power. But when he realized the place where he was able to control himself, decreasing his power. Wow, but if this is Mr. Beerus' planet, what am I supposed to be doing on this place? I was struggling. At the moment, Goku realized that both deities had suffered great damage by their simple pressure. So when Goku had received the training of an angel, he was able to heal each of their wounds, getting the deities to stand up. Whis, Beerus, I'm sorry, only that I was in battle and I didn't know how I got here, but I have to get back quickly. We understand, but Mr. Goku, you've been unconscious for about 6 months. Goku was surprised by what Whis told him. But Goku, Whis had communicated to me that you're not the Goku of our timeline, that you're the Guardian of Space-Time. And I have a doubt, how have you been defeated? Your power's gigantic. The warrior that I was facing seemed to have no limit to his power. I even used each of my techniques. I agreed to new transformation, but none of that was enough. In that case, I understand that you should return to the Temple of Space-Time, because if that warrior is still loose through the different timelines, he could cause a great dimensional destruction.
You're right, Whis. I appreciate your care, but I have to leave for something much more serious happens.
Goku would begin to move between the dimensions, realizing how thousands of dimensions were in absolute shambles, implying that Genshi had passed through each of those dimensions. For his part, in a castle very far from all those dimensions was Genshi. Ha ha ha! Destroying dimensions is entertaining for me. I'll finally be able to realize my dream of becoming the only being of all these dimensions. But as he walked, the power likewise began to decrease slightly. Although it wasn't much, being constant, the power he lost was important to him in a battle. I think I'll have to access my true form, but it's what I wanted the least, since that form reminds me of my defeat against the damn Yamoshi. Genshi, at the moment, would begin to change completely, while his hair grew as his body began to wear a large armor, implying that he's being of the utmost importance. After billions of years, I've returned to my original form. But this time, there is no warrior who's capable of doing something against me. Returning to the Temple of Time, Goku had been able to get to Corona, but at the moment, Daishinkan was still present. Glad to hear that you're feeling well, Goku. I thought you'd been completely defeated by Genshi.
So apparently they're already aware of everything that's happened with that damn...
Goku, Corona, this is very bad. If it's really about Genshi, the first dimensional destroyer, we need to take hands on the matter fast.
But Master, what can we do? I was even able to achieve a new transformation, but I haven't been able to do anything against it.
That's why I brought you your most powerful rival. And that the same way his power has risen in an incredible way. Instantly, Vegeta would appear on Daishinkan's side. However, the power this Vegeta possessed was unmatched. There is no time for explanations, but you will merge with the sacred earrings of the Temple of Space-Time. Since being sacred earrings, they have no time limit.
I don't like the idea of having to merge to be able to defeat a warrior, but apparently there's no alternative this time.
Apparently we have to unite our powers like in the old days. And with the power we possess now, I can't imagine the power Vegeta will get. At the moment, both would wear those earrings, with which they began to unite. While these joined, hundreds of catastrophes were caused by all the 12 universes. Despite the fact that Daishinkan had created a great barrier, a few moments later, a Vegito could be observed. But something to differentiate was that the hair was silver, however in certain parts he would begin to turn a purple color, just like Vegeta's hair in his state of God of Destruction. The incredible power of Vegito would be felt by each of the 12 universes, which would even make all the gods and angels enter into chaos, because they didn't know which warrior all that incredible power belonged to. However, instantly from the dimensional gap in the center of the 12 universes, Genshi would appear with his true form. At the moment of appearing, in the same way, his incredible aura would begin to collide with Goku's aura, being two gigantic powers. As of this moment, it's all yours, Vegito, because I can't interfere in what happens at the Temple of Time. The rules are strict.
I got it, Daishinkan. Don't worry, I'll take care of that damn worm myself.
Instantly, Vegeta would appear from the Temple of Space-Time, so he would instantly appear in front of Genshi. However, Vegeta was very surprised by the new appearance, but more surprised by what Genshi would exclaim. So in this timeline, they've decided to call Vegito. But that'll be impossible for them since so far I've ended the life of 24 Vegitos. None of them been able to do anything against me as well as 6 Gogetas.
Damn it, this wretch! How many innocent lives he's destroyed! Just because of his fucking arrogance. This I can't forgive him!
Vegeta, without a few words, had launched himself against Genshi, which with the first clash of his fists would cause too much destruction for each of the 12 universes. Even thousands of planets were eradicated by the simple exchange of their blows. While these fought, Daishinkan would communicate telepathically with each of the angels. Angels, I want you and your gods to immediately see the palace of the Zeno-sama king, as it'll be the only place that will not be destroyed by this great battle. All the angels, accompanied by their gods, began to head towards the palace of Zeno-sama. However, it was too complicated for them because the pressures of both warriors were not allowed to move freely, of which Daishinkan had noticed teleporting to where they were. At the moment, Daishinkan would expel a large part of all his power, with which it was enough for each angel and his god to be able to withstand the pressure. Go immediately, because by releasing all this pressure, I'm not able to transport myself to the Kingdom of the All. I'll have to use my speed, and being a Supreme Angel, I'm able to withstand this pressure much more. All the angels use their maximum speed to be able to reach the Kingdom of the Whole in the shortest possible time, while Daishinkan, with his great power, was able to withstand that pressure for a few hours, in which the angels had reached their destination. Finally, now if I can leave. Vegito, we trust you. Returning to the battlefield, Vegito in the same way had realized that all the angels and gods had arrived to the Kingdom of the Whole. So at the moment, he would reinforce his blows with much more energy, being able to grant a powerful blow to Genshi, sending him to fly to a planet, destroying it completely. I'm sorry, but I promise that we'll revive you, because if we don't do this, we'll all die. I promise that we'll bring you to life with the Super Dragon Balls. Vegito, at the moment, without holding back in the slightest, would begin to put a beating on Genshi. Or it would seem, because from one moment to another, Genshi would wield his great sword, being able to cut off a leg of Vegito. A chilling scream would be heard all over the place, which had left the beings of the Kingdom of the All, as well as the Temple of Time, terrified. This is bad. Apparently Genshi was hiding a lot more power anyway. If this keeps up, Vegito won't be able to do anything against that warrior. Vegito, possessing the power beyond a god as well as an angel, was able to regrow his leg, but the pain generated was otherworldly. Damn, I'm the fusion of the most powerful Saiyans in this whole universe. This can't be happening to me. What happened? Did you think that you were the only one hiding your power? Don't make me laugh. Let me tell you, I'm just warming up, so get ready. Genshi would start increasing his speed in an incredible way, with which he was able to start slaughtering Vegito. This time, instantly, he would hold him by the head, making him crash into a planet. The destruction was devastating. While blood was spreading all over the planet where they were, Genshi, with a powerful kick, would send him to another planet, being dragged by a few mountains. No, no, no! This can't be happening to me! I won't be one more on your list! I'm the guardian of space-time! If possible, I'll sacrifice myself! Vegito threw himself against that warrior at his maximum speed. At the moment, again began to exchange thousands of blows. However, Genshi, in each exchange of blows, was capable of causing great damage. At the moment, Vegito would fall to the Super, returning to the state of the Super Saiyan Blue. His power had decreased in an incomparable way. It's time for you to join my list. You and all this multiverse. Because of your information, not even a king at all is capable of facing me. Die, damn worm. At the moment of an energy arrow being able to collide with Vegito, as if it were a miracle, the fusion would end. Not possessing the minimum power that was required to maintain the fusion, being able to save themselves by the energy arrow passing through the middle of both. Ha ha ha! How lucky you have been, you damn worms. Well, that only makes it more fun. Right now, I plan to finish with each of you. Genshi would move with great speed towards Vegeta, who would begin to grant him thousands of blows, while Goku was on the ground on the verge of death, not being able to do anything. Damn, damn, damn! Why am I so weak? Even in front of me, they're humiliating my good friend and rival. I'm not able to do absolutely anything. Meanwhile, Goku would absolutely remember his whole life, how he arrived on planet Earth until when he was worthy of the post of Time Guardian. So Goku, with all his energies, would start to stand up. I plan to even use the forbidden power of the Super Dragon Balls to be able to finish off this bastard. Goku teleported off the battlefield, while Genshi kept humiliating Vegeta. Ha ha ha! Maybe that's your partner. He has abandoned you as if you were just another piece of garbage. Although it is true what he said. Every warrior will choose himself above all when his life is in danger. Goku would arrive with the 4-star Super Dragon Balls, so at the moment, he would begin to enter the sphere, the power of the incredible god Zalama. He would begin to travel through every vein of energy. But the sphere being cracked in the same way, an incredible dark power would begin to access Goku's body. So at the moment, Goku would be observed in absolute darkness, while he was corrupted by the absolute evil of the 4-star sphere. Before you're able to control me completely, I ask you to please save Vegeta and finish that damn Genshi.
You have chosen the path of the 4-star sphere. the path that leads to an incalculable power, the path beyond a demon god. But I will grant your request.
Goku at the moment would be completely corrupted, while the sphere would be depicted on his forehead. Just like all his power would begin to grow in an incredible way. The power that Goku was releasing was complete madness, but no divine being was able to perceive the energy of a demon god.
This power is amazing! No matter who my enemy is, I won't lose, because the power of a demon god, the corrupt power of the 4-star Super Dragon Ball runs through my body.
Returning to the battlefield, Genshi would start approaching Vegeta, who was about to lose consciousness. He was no longer able to do anything to try to defend himself.
It's time to end your life. But don't worry, I promise to find that bastard who abandoned you and send him to hell with you.
Genshi would lower his incredible sword, which was even capable of destroying universes. So ending the life of a warrior who was on the verge of death would be simple, but an incredible dark aura was present all over the place. Just like a great beast would be formed all over the universe, Genshi was surprised when his great sword was floating in the universe, as if there was no gravity at all.
Understand that there's no gravity in outer space, but I've injected a great energy into it so that I'm able to move.
At the moment, the sword would be destroyed into thousands of pieces, while the entire environment around it would completely change, just as a dark silhouette would begin to approach the Prince of the Saiyans.
I'm sorry for keeping you waiting, but I won't let you die. This has been my last wish.
Vegeta would recover completely, but before being able to say anything, he would be teleported by Goku to the Divine Kingdom. At the moment, Goku's energy would become much more chaotic, which this time would even make Genshi, the supposed most powerful warrior of all existing, panic.
What is this feeling? Is it fear? That can't be, because I'm the most powerful warrior in all existence. I can't be shaking with a warrior who doesn't even exude energy.
Genshi, even though his body warned him not to attack that warrior without caring, he had launched himself against him. At the moment the Genshi was able to connect a kick, his leg would be torn off in a single movement by Goku. A chilling scream could be heard all over the place. However, for Genshi to keep quiet, Goku sadistically would point an energy sphere into Genshi's mouth, which would be able to pulverize his tongue. Genshi would fall to the planet where large amounts of blood was coming out of his mouth. Genshi, likewise, being a superior warrior, was able to heal himself, but the pain was incredible.
What the hell? How's he been able to cause me so much damage with a few moves? This must be crazy.
Goku would start walking towards where Genshi was, but from one moment to the next, he was giving him a beating, from which Genshi wasn't able to do anything to defend himself. That's right, on this occasion, Genshi was not able to see where they were hitting him, falling back to the ground.
I don't know who the hell you got all this power from, but I'm not going to end your damn life right now, you good-for-nothing. I warned you that I had a lot more hidden power.
Genshi would immediately expel all the power he was hiding, but unlike Goku's power, he wasn't able to generate any anomalies in the universe.
I hope that you're ready, damn worm. At this moment, so pray for your life. I'll not forgive you, miserable worm. I'll make you suffer in the most agonizing way.
But before Genshi continues talking, Goku, with a sneaky punch to his stomach, was able to send him to a planet in which he had caused incredible damage. That's right, it didn't matter that he used all his power, because this time, the power that Genshi used did not compare in the slightest with the power of the 4-star sphere. Goku would begin to approach Genshi, while everything around him seemed to collapse. Even the dimension itself was wobbling due to so much energy. For his part, in the realm of Daishinkan was very worried about the state that Son Goku had been able to reach.
Daishinkan, what is that state? Kakarot's much more aggressive. Even his power seems to have no limit. This is bad, because if Mr. Goku's able to defeat Genshi, the new enemy we will have is Mr. Goku himself, since the power he's using will corrupt him completely.
But Father, that will be the annihilation of everything we know, because if Mr. Goku's able to finish with Genshi, he'll be able to finish with all of us if we're simple worms.
I know, Whis, since that power even surpasses the great Zeno-sama, but it doesn't matter that the king completely accessed his combat form. The power that Son Goku is releasing is able to crush him with just one of his hands. In that case, we'll have to find if an alternative is able to release all the negative energy that's invading the body of the Kakarot insect. It's easy to say, but it'll be very complex to realize it, since the power he is using knows no limits. Really, in this situation, I don't know what I can do.
Returning to the battlefield, Goku, instead of ending Genshi's life, would begin to humiliate him in the worst way. In the most humiliating way possible, so after a few minutes, Genshi's battle spirit had completely disappeared, because in all his existence, he had never been humiliated in such a way.
Wow, did you get tired of playing? Move! Do something! I want to keep playing with you!
God damn it. My divine soul hurts too much. Even more than my own body. This blows off the fuckers so powerful that they're even capable of hurting my soul.
Genshi would be taken out of his thoughts when a sphere of energy had made him fly to a planet in which he had caused a great disaster. And at the moment, hundreds of more explosions would trap Genshi, who was not able to do anything to defend himself.
Apparently you've grown tired of my boxing toy. So in that case, I'm planning to rip off each of your limbs. When you can't stand the pain anymore, I'll finish with you.
Goku would start ripping off his legs, which would make Genshi's screams heard even up to the divine realm, while Goku's negative aura would continue to grow. The incredible power that Goku possessed on this occasion had been able to even put the powerful Genshi to eat dirt. That's right, Genshi, the best warrior of all, had been humiliated by Goku, although it was really the power of the 4-star sphere which had been corrupted, which would make Goku this time much wilder because the evil was taking over more and more of his body. Genshi at the time would notice how Goku would turn his back, so regardless of his pride as a warrior with his maximum speed, he would speed away from this battlefield. However, all this would be in vain because it were as if the planet Genshi would crash into Goku's chest. That's right, Goku's speed at this moment was incomprehensible, so instantly Genshi would feel as if he had crashed into a planet.
Well, what? Maybe you're not able to realize you're moving. If you're able to dodge me, I'll have you left alive, but I can tell you're a good for nothing.
Genshi would try to beg for his life, but a powerful kick from Goku was able to separate the head from his body, and a huge energy attack would pulverize him in his entirety.
I fulfilled to finish with that guy. So finally, I'm free from that sphere. At the moment, there's no one able to stop me.
Goku at that evil transformation would begin to destroy thousands of planets for each of the 12 universes. Even the barriers that the great priest along with King of all Zeno-sama had placed were useless because at the moment each barrier began to crack. That's right, no divine power was able to face the new Goku, which had been corrupted by the absolute evil.
No, I can't believe it! That at this moment the warrior we must defeat's Goku! No one has the power to face him. No, he's my disciple, so only I have the power required to be able to defeat him.
Daishinkan would get all of the energy barriers out that he created, so instantly he would expel 100% of all his power, which would attract the attention of Goku, who with incredible speed would arrive in front of Daishinkan.
So the priest wants to confront me. As far as I know, this body was your apprentice's, since by taking over his body, his memories are still intact.
I know that Son Goku would be willing to give his life, so that you will not make more chaos in all the 12 universes. So, I, as his teacher and friend, plan to eliminate you in this place.
Don't make me laugh. They weren't even able to beat that weak guy, much less they'll be able to do something against me. There are some insects.
But Daishinkan would disappear from that place, appearing in front of Goku, granting him a big punch in the stomach. The power had been overwhelming because he even destroyed a planet.
Don't get confused. I never said that I didn't have the necessary power to end Genshi, only that I didn't interfere in the timelines. But you belong in my timeline, so I can tear you apart without the divine laws punishing me.
Goku would begin to recover from the blow he had received from Daishinkan, which, at the moment of a smile, would release much more power, which made the great priest retreat a little. Goku, with a maniacal laugh, would throw himself against Daishinkan. At the moment, both began to have an incredible battle for each of the 12 universes. Their battle was devastating because the power in each of his fists was capable of even destroying planets, galaxies, and universes. Goku, while the battle was being coupled with the speed of Daishinkan, the one who had realized the same thing, Daishinkan was able to connect a headbutt, making him fall to the few bead mountains.
That guy has the same abilities. Mr. Goku was able to dock him. If I'll let him dock completely, I'll be lost.
The warrior would begin to rise that big crater, But at the moment of looking up, he was surprised to realize how an incredible attack was beginning to approach. That's right, such an attack contained an exaggerated amount of energy, which on this occasion was capable of finishing even with the king at all. But the most terrifying thing was that in its energy core, it contained hundreds of micronuclei, which would explode consecutively. That's right, instantly a big explosion would form, but inside, hundreds of more explosions were capable of pulverizing any warrior, no matter how tough he is. The power was amazing.
I had to use my most powerful technique, but I was able to end the life of that miserable.
As Daishinkan started to approach towards the barriers, a large silver-colored light would grow all over the place. That's right, instead of his power becoming much smaller, he had increased in a supernatural way. I adore this body. It's amazing. It's capable of making me more and more powerful. Apparently with this body, I won't have any limits. Although I must admit that you are about to end my life, you priest. Daishinkan's gaze would not change to an expression of terror, because it was his most powerful technique, but he wasn't able to recover from the amazing one because at that moment, Goku was able to connect an incredible blow to his face. Said blow was powerful enough to cause great devastation for the entire planet in which he had fallen. Well, I never thought that this would be the final result. Apparently the disciple will be able to finish his master. What a tragic outcome.
No, I can't believe what's happening. This must be impossible. It's unreal. And I, the priest, lose against this warrior.
Goku would try to kick him when he was very close, but to his surprise, Daishinkan was able to move to the side, taking a little distance. However, Goku, without giving him time, had thrown himself against him, who began to exchange thousands of blows. But this time, his blows caused much greater devastation.
This is amazing. We won't be able to do anything since that guy is so relaxed. I know that expression of Kakarot's insect, and that guy still hasn't used all the power that's capable of releasing Kakarot's body.
No, you're lying, Vegeta. That's impossible. We know what he's able to absorb the negative energy of the Super Dragon Balls, but it's impossible that he has much more power. It's actually possible. Apparently that Saiyan knows this warrior very well. But he's right. This is only 64% of the maximum capacity of this body.
What did he say? This will be my end. I won't be able to do anything against him. His power seems to have no limit.
Well. Apparently you started to feel the real terror. That's the expression I wanted to see so much. As your expression changes from hope to despair. Goku would begin to approach while his whole body began to fill with flames. As his power began to increase much more, Daishinkan at this moment would begin to feel the authentic terror going through every part of his entire body. Because the power that Goku began to release was able to even cut off Daishinkan's breath. What a laugh this whole situation gives me. You came to face me believing you're the strongest. But look at you now. You're not able to do anything against me. You're nothing more than an insect. Daishinkan at the moment without caring would put himself on guard. But without this one being able to do something against him, he was attacked in an incredible way. Since this time he no longer possessed the necessary power to face this powerful warrior, which, as if it were a punching bag, would begin to grant an incredible beating to Daishinkan, since the power that this warrior possessed completely surpassed.
No, I can't stay watching Daishinkan humiliated like this. We'll have to do something, because otherwise he'll end his life.
Mr. Vegeta, we don't even possess the power of a great priest. We'll only be a hindrance more, since he will try to protect us. Although it is hard for me to accept it, Whis is right. At the moment, there is no warrior who is capable of facing Goku. Daishinkan would continue to receive a beating. Blows, kicks, energy spheres, they destroyed his body completely. However, Goku attacked furtively, avoiding the most important parts of any warrior, since he had the knowledge about the blows of Daishinkan, and knew that no one would be able to withstand a single one of those blows. And after a few minutes in which Daishinkan had been humiliated in the worst possible way, Goku, with a powerful kick, would send him to the ground, creating a large crater. It's said that you're the most powerful warrior, but after all, it was nothing but some simple stupidity. You're nothing. You're nothing compared to me. Daishinkan on the ground was starting to expel large amounts of energy, as on this occasion he wasn't even able to stand.
If I fall, that miserable worm will wipe out everyone present. This one I can't allow. I'm the guardian of the mighty Zeno-sama.
But before anything happens, as if it were a very superior entity, even space-time would crack, since an extremely powerful warrior would begin to make his appearance. Even each of his planets and inhabitants would return to normal, which left everyone amazed, but the power and pressure he was able to feel was incredible. But instantly, a powerful warrior would stand in front of Daishinkan, which Goku would immediately recognize. This is impossible! This can't be happening! You shouldn't be able to be here! You're Zalama, the creator of the Super Dragon Balls!
Is it really Zalama? I thought he was in the Kingdom of Dragons, but this really is a real madness. Your son Goku. I've seen every one of your actions, and I have decided to forgive your life. A being who is willing to die for his loved ones deserves my respect. But I will have to purify you.
No! I'm going to stay locked in that sphere again, to only be used when a useless person wants a wish. Zama, without saying a single word, was able to grant millions of blows to Goku all over his body. The attack was so devastating, and at the same time so fast, that no one was able to see anything. They just watched as Goku was on the ground spitting out large amounts of blood. No! I'm the perfect warrior! The being who will rise above all races!
You'll never been a perfect being. Since you, like me, are incomplete, none of us are perfect. You have ruined the tranquility of these universes.
I don't care if I ruin it or not. I don't plan to leave this body. And if you're still here, I swear, I'll kill you. I don't care if you're my creator.
Worm, don't underestimate me, because at this very moment I can end your pathetic life.
Son Goku's fury had grown in an incredible way, that without the need of a full moon, he was able to transform into an incredible Ozaru, which, with a simple roar, would try to destroy everything restored by Zalama again. But he hasn't been able to do absolutely anything to him.
All other restored planets, they're protected by my power. If you want to destroy them, you have to be much more powerful than me, because otherwise it'll be impossible for you.
The incredible Ozaru, without caring about the words of Zalama, would begin to attack him again and again. But it was completely in vain, since the power of Zalama was millions of times superior to the power of Goku. So at the moment, the god Zalama would expand his hands, and instantly, an incredible pure energy would begin to travel all over his body. Said energy was able to enter the body of the Ozaru, beginning to purify all the negative energy that Son Goku's body possessed. That's right, the energy that had corrupted to Goku in the sphere, it had been completely destroyed thanks to Zalama's energy. So instantly, the sphere would appear next to an unconscious Goku.
You have a powerful warrior who's capable of giving his life for you. Become much more powerful and take care of him. I am retiring.
Zalama would leave the place along with the 4-star sphere, so at the moment Daishinkan would begin to heal each one of Son Goku's wounds, while Corona would likewise approach both. Wow, I never thought to lift something like that. This seems like something from another world.
Even I am amazed. The mighty Zalama possesses an unattainable power.
Goku would be able to wake up, being informed of everything that had happened, for which I was amazed. However, Goku would continue with the position that Daishinkan had granted him. That's right, because Genji had fallen in this battle, the new missions were not of gravity, so Goku would stay focused on becoming much more powerful. $70 million years ago, there was an unimaginable void without any life, when suddenly emerged a being which didn't know it was himself where he was.
What's going on? What am I? I can't see anything. What is this immense void?
What he didn't know was, until that moment, was that he was an omnipotent being who was going to create everything known as the universe. He would even create a whole multiverse full of different types of life in order to find at some point an individual who could match or surpass the strength of his son called Zeno-sama. In Zeno-sama's palace, 30 million years after the birth of Zeno-sama's father, he introduces himself to his son.
Zeno-sama, my son. You've grown strong and apparently you've become very powerful over the centuries.
Father, I've always felt that my existence has no purpose. I often get bored. Why did you bring me to life to be bored?
70 million years ago, there was a void from which I was created. As I grew, I developed powers and immeasurable strength. As a result of that, a need was born in me to find a being who could match or surpass your strength, to even equal my own greatness. That's why I created planets, galaxies, universes, and living beings of various species.
All this was created just so that I could exist?
Yes, my son. Every star, every life form, everything has a purpose. To prepare you to be the supreme god of all that I've created. You're the main reason for all my creation.
It's a heavy burden, Father. Why me?
Because in you, I see the true potential to rule in this vast cosmos. You are the hope to maintain harmony among the creations that have sprung from my being. You are the missing piece in this cosmic chest.
Father, all this that you tell me is an enormous responsibility. I don't know if I'm ready to be able to do it. What if I fail?
There is no failure, son. Your very existence is success. Every moment in your life has molded you into the supreme being that you are. I trust you will fulfill your destiny.
What about you, Father? What role do you play in all this?
My role is to guide you from the shadows, to watch you fulfill your purpose. Finding balance in the universe is a task that requires your leadership. I'll be here, in the darkness, watching you carry out the mission I have given you.
I understand, Father. Leave everything in my hands.
Thus passed centuries, millennia, in which Zeno-sama was guided by his father to govern the immense multiverse he had created for him, but now convinced of the purpose he had in his life. In the present time, 30 million years after the conversation that Zeno-sama and his father had, in one of the universes created by Father Zeno, on a planet called Earth, Kakarot and Vegeta were training together with Whis and Beerus after having faced very powerful beings. While they were training, the Earth was illuminated by flashes of energy. As Kakarot and Vegeta embark on intense training, Whis and Beerus watch from a distance, assessing the Saiyans' every move as they prepare to rise in their skills.
Hey, Vegeta! Remember when we first faced Frieza? That guy was incredibly strong.
Yes, Kakarot. It was our first encounter with an enemy of another level. But we cannot forget the Cell Bug, that creature with cells from all of us. He put us in big trouble with his martial arts tournament. Luckily, your son became strong.
Both Saiyans exchanged energy blasts. Each hit and dodge was an echo of their long history of battles.
Ah, yes! The first time you showed the teleportation technique. That was amazing! Thanks to Gohan, we were able to defeat him.
But then came Majin Buu. That battle was unforgettable. We had to merge to have a chance.
That fusion was great, but we also learned about redemption and kindness at that time. Buu became good because of you.
As they continue their training, the energy of both Saiyans light up the space. Whis and Beerus watch with interest.
Yes, but don't forget about Beerus, that god of destruction who almost wiped out the Earth with a single sneeze. Although in the end, he turned out to be more of a joker than we thought.
Yes, I remember when I tried to fight him in my Super Saiyan 3 form. I wasn't at his level, but at least I gave him a fight in my Super Saiyan God form, and that was possible thanks to all of you.
That's right, and now we're here, training with Whis and Beerus. We cannot let our guard down, Kakarot. There'll always be bigger challenges.
Exactly! Every fight makes us stronger. Let's keep training and bettering ourselves.
Of course. We're always one step closer to being the strongest warriors in the universe.
The training continues as Kakarot and Vegeta, under the tutelage of Whis and Beerus, strive to reach new levels of power in order to defend the Earth from new and more powerful enemies that may appear with the desire to destroy the planet that welcomed them. While Kakarot and Vegeta were training to overcome their limits, Whis and Beerus encouraged them to keep improving. Very good, Saiyans. Keep it up.
Yes, they're very strong, but I don't know if that'll be enough to keep my interest.
Suddenly, they feel a dark presence and the whole environment begins to become dark, and a dark, powerful presence fills the place.
What's going on, Mr. Whis?
Something's not right. I feel an extremely powerful and dark presence.
That feeling sounds familiar. Who could it be?
The darkness intensifies, and suddenly an opposing figure appears in front of them like a shadowy nebula.
Inhabitants of the multiverse, have you missed me? Hello, dear inhabitants of the multiverse. I've come to observe progress of my creations.
Who is this guy?
I don't know, Kakarot, but his presence is overwhelming.
No way.
What?
The figure lingers in a shadowy haze, with the speaker being the father of Zeno-sama, the omnipotent being who created the multiverse. This one appears in all multiverse, where all the warriors were training for future problems.
This guy is the father of Zeno-sama, the creator of everything we know of universes beyond our imagination. I didn't think we'd ever see him.
Sir, your arrival is unexpected. Forgive the insolence, but to what do we owe you presents? The inclination of Whis and all the angels of different universes is because they have knowledge of who was the father of Zeno-sama. For that reason, they have a great fear and respect for him.
I see you've been busy, warriors. You have faced great obstacles throughout your insignificant lives, but this time has come. Are you strong enough?
We're always up for a good challenge.
Shut up, Kakarot. Don't you feel how powerful he is? How can you say that? Haven't you noticed something missing in the multiverse?
At that moment, Zeno-sama's father set out to tell them the reason for the ambiguous question. Moments before Zeno's father appeared before the whole multiverse, he was very angry because when he woke up from the dream of millions of years, he was surprised that many things had happened that went against the main reason why he created the whole universe. Because of this, he appears before his son Zeno-sama. In the center of the realm of everything, the overwhelming presence of Zeno-sama's father eclipses space. His voice booms like thunder as he directs his fury towards his son Zeno-sama. The latter, visibly nervous, tries to defend himself as the tension between the two intensifies.
Zeno-sama, you failed in your duty as supreme god. All the warriors of the multiverse have overstepped their bounds and now dare to call themselves gods. Gods? This is unacceptable!
Father, I understand that this is all being misunderstood, but...
There's no excuses, Zeno-sama. Your lack of authority has allowed inferior beings to rise above us. How dare you let them usurp the title of gods?
I'm sorry, Father. I did not intend for things to come to this point.
The anger in Father Zeno's voice increases. His tone becomes more defiant and contemptuous.
Your intention? Your weakness has sullied the name of our divinity. The only god here is me, and no one else should dare to call himself that. No one!
Father, I understand that I'm in your debt, but we can find another way to restore order.
Father Zeno's response is an explosion of contempt and fury.
You do not deserve the title of god at all. Your weakness has tainted my creation. Because of your incompetence, I must restore the balance, even if it means getting rid of you.
What? Father, please don't do it! There's so much I can still learn and improve! I can fix all of this!
Zeno-sama's imploration is lost in Father Zeno's cold determination.
It is already too late, Zeno. Weakness must be eradicated from existence for true power to prevail.
In an instant, Zeno-sama's father unleashes a blast of devastating energy that engulfs Zeno-sama and begins to tear him to shreds as he screams in pain.
No, Father, please! Ah!
Order has been restored. No one else will dare to challenge my supremacy. I will now take it upon myself to reestablish balance through my creation.
In the present day, in front of the terrified warriors, due to what Zeno-sama's father had informed them what had happened to his son Zeno-sama, a being they all adored and feared.
You insignificant beings now understand. Because of this, I will destroy all the timelines and universes that exist. I am a divine being, omnipotent, and I can do it. But I will give you a chance to fight for your lives. So I'll organize a tournament in which the strongest warriors of the entire multiverse will participate so that the power will prevail.
Earth 2024.
What?
This can't be true.
Do you think we can face something like that, Mr. Piccolo?
Oh? We'll have to train a lot physically and, above all, mentally.
The idea of a tournament piques his interest, seeing the opportunity to test his own power and perhaps become even stronger. Thraxis Nocturne. Planet sunk in the shadows.
A tournament, eh? Well, I'll show that true power is not limited to divine beings.
I won't let them destroy our future. I will fight in that tournament and protect my own.
A tournament with the strongest warriors, huh? It'll be my chance to show that the Saiyans are not insignificant beings. We will see who is truly divine in this tournament. My empire will prevail.
A competition between the strongest. Interesting. I was showed that the Metacoolers are superior in all universes.
Nigerian, a world with perpetually cloudy skies where storms of dark energy lash the surface.
Father, this tournament will be the perfect occasion to show you that my power surpasses yours. Perfect. I'll show my true power and wreak havoc in every corner of the multiverse. Destruction in a tournament. What a magnificent combination. I will be the ultimate warrior and subdue all under my rule. Let's fight. This tournament will be my stage to demonstrate the power I've obtained.
Dracoria, homeworld of the humanoid dragon warriors and the descendants.
The threat of destruction is overwhelming. My fire may not be enough to face its dark omnipotence.
A shadow that threatens to destroy everything. My ability to manipulate the darkness may not be enough. Even with my swordsmanship, facing an omnipotent divine being will be an unparalleled challenge. This divine being has the power to destroy everything I love. My fire will be my defense.
A divine threat. My control over thunderstorms will be enough. This will be a challenge like never before.
After seeing the various emotions and thoughts of the main participants of the tournament, Zeno-sama's father begins to explain the rules of this supposed tournament.
Minimal beings. The rules are simple. The tournament will be to the death. It'll be held in a timeless space where the laws of time and physics are temporarily suspended. The only way to eliminate an opponent is to make his heart stop. It is by killing him. There's no other way. In this tournament, it is either you or your rival. There's no limits on the use of skills. You must unleash your full potential without restriction, so as not to be destroyed in the process. I'll be the one who will watch over the whole process. The participant who wins will have the joy of facing me, putting his life and the life of his universe at stake. But I'm a PS deity, and I will bring him the opportunity to have a divine power similar to mine for a determined time. If he does not take the advantage of it, he will have to accept the consequences.
In spite of the uncertainty that the warriors have in front of what the father of Zeno-sama has said, some are excited and others are worried.
Wow, this sounds exciting! A tournament with fighters from all universes. It's gonna be great!
Why should we trust this tournament to be fair? By killing them?
So I can fight to the best of my ability. But killing beings that are just fighting for their lives is not nice.
I hope everything I've said has been clear to everyone. The only rule is that you have to kill your opponent so that they don't kill you. I want to make that clear. You will have to kill your opponent. The way we will check if you're worthy of calling yourselves gods.
Father Zeno disappears and everything returns to normal. You can see Kakarot's excited about the new enemy that is seen. It is very powerful. Vegeta, scared and worried about his family, angry with Kakarot.
Wow, that guy's incredibly strong. I'm excited to fight him in the next tournament.
Excited? Do you realize what's at stake, Kakarot? The enemy is dangerous, and we can't just underestimate him.
But Vegeta, that guy has awesome power. It's gonna be the best fight of our lives.
This is not a game, Kakarot. Do you realize that we're putting our families and the entire universe at risk?
I know it's serious, Vegeta, but it's also a chance to get better. Besides, Zeno-sama's father is excited about this.
I can't believe you're so carefree. My family's in danger and you're excited about a fight.
I'm not saying I'm not serious, Vegeta, but when an opportunity presents itself to measure our power, I can't resist.
You always think about the fight, don't you? Sometimes I wish you had a little more responsibility.
Vegeta, I understand that you're worried about Bulma and Trunks, but trust that we can protect them.
I don't like the idea of someone else deciding about our lives.
I understand, Vegeta, but do you really think we can ignore this opportunity?
I'm not going to lose my family over a fight, but I also know that I can't stop you from getting excited about the battle.
At that moment, the tension between Kakarot and Vegeta is palpable as they prepare to face the new enemy. While Kakarot is filled with excitement for the fight, Vegeta faces this situation with a mixture of fear and determination. Thus, the training of the entire multiverse for the survival of their species began. From the moment on, the most powerful warriors of all the universes began to train with greater intensity in order to save their universes and timelines. After having communicated with the entire multiverse from the realm of everything, the father of Zeno-sama would observe everything from a crystal screen, that the warriors were getting stronger and stronger. He sent his shadow warriors to slow down the process of them.
But what is this feeling that stirs my supreme being? A mixture of fascination and disdain. It's inevitable that mortals yearn for more, that they aspire to surpass their boundaries. Yet some of these warriors are reaching levels I cannot allow. Their power threatens the balance I've established. It's enough that they're mere participants in my tournament. They must be contained. They must be eliminated before their ascensions endanger the stability of my creation. My shadow warriors, creatures of the shadow and executioners of my will travel throughout all the universes. They'll be my instruments to stop these reckless advances. I will not allow the power of these warriors to grow beyond the limits set by my divinity.
Father Zeno, we're here to receive your orders.
Shadow creatures, my loyal enforcers, the time has come. The universes pulsate with an energy that threatens to destabilize the order I've established. Mortal warriors, in their relentless pursuit of power, are rising to dangerous heights. Their progress must be halted.
Your orders are our will. How do you wish us to proceed?
Each of you will disperse among the universes. Your mission is to find those warriors who dare to exceed the limits imposed. There's no room for compassion. The threat must be eradicated. Annihilate them without mercy.
We will, Father Zeno. No warrior will be strong enough to defy your will.
The shadow creatures set off to every universe and timeline to destroy every warrior who would participate. Along the way, they encountered weak warriors who they destroyed with these strong and very powerful ones. It was dusk when suddenly the Earth's atmosphere trembled with an unnatural darkness. In the blink of an eye, shadow creatures emerged from the interdimensional shadows, ethereal and menacing beings that would challenge even the strength of the mightiest warriors. Kakarot and Vegeta, training on the vast battlefield of Earth, sensed the arrival of an ominous presence. Shadow creatures, their ethereal forms and eyes burning with the intensity of darkness, materialized before them.
What are you?
We are servants of Father Zeno. Your progress has been noted and must be halted. The will of Father Zeno is the supreme law. The warriors have exceeded the allowable limits and will now be destroyed.
The shadow creatures moved with an agility that defied logic, leaving behind them trails of darkness. Kakarot and Vegeta prepared for the confrontation, their energies flashing in response to the threatening presence.
Well, it looks like we have new opponents. This should be interesting.
No matter who sends them, will not allow them to stop our progress.
The shadow creatures, speechless, rushed towards Kakarot and Vegeta with flashing speed. The battle ahead would not only be a test of strength, but a struggle between light and darkness, between the determination of the warriors and the will of the father of Zeno-sama. The battle rages in the environment, plants, stones, and sky are witness to the incredible demonstration of power. Kakarot and Vegeta, deploying a great amount of ki, are in the center ready to face the two mysterious shadow warriors that attack them. Shadow Creature 1 moves at breakneck speed, leaving only flashes of darkness in its wake. Its form is ethereal, almost impossible to follow with the eye. It attacks with incredible precision, throwing punches and kicks that defy the perception of time. Shadow Creature 2 stands out for its devastating power. Its every strike sends out waves of dark energy that distort the surrounding space. Its presence emanates an ominous aura that shakes even the particles of space. The fight begins with Kakarot and Vegeta charging forward, but the shadow creatures respond with astonishing agility, dodging every blow and counterattacking with almost invisible movements. Faced with the speed of the Shadow Warriors, Kakarot and Vegeta are forced to raise their power to Super Saiyan level.
Vegeta, these guys are incredibly fast. I can't even keep up with their moves.
Looks like our usual speed isn't enough. We'll have to raise our power to the maximum.
Both Saiyans concentrate, their golden auras bursting as they transform into Super Saiyan. Their golden hair lights up the space as they launch into a fierce offensive. But the Shadow Warriors remain equally agile, gracefully dodging the attacks. The intensity of the power illuminates the space.
Now, Vegeta, let's go all out.
Let's go, Kakarot.
The Saiyans rush towards these Shadow Warriors with a fierce offensive. However, the Shadow creatures dodge their attacks with surprising grace, moving through the energy blast with ease.
Is that the best you can do, Saiyans?
Their speed is admirable, but they're still not up to par. Damn it! It can't go on like this, Kakarot. We need something else.
You're right, Vegeta. Let's take this to the next level.
Faced with persistent speed of the Shadow Warriors, Kakarot and Vegeta rise their power even higher, transforming into Super Saiyan Blue. Their blue auras flash with intensity, and the pressure of their power shakes the surrounding space. However, the Shadow Warriors are not daunted. The battle reaches its peak as the four warriors are engulfed in a frenzy of energy. Kakarot launches his attack called Kamehameha, and Vegeta launches his final flash attack, but the Shadow Warriors respond with counterattacks that defy the laws of physics. Then the clash of these powerful attacks causes an immense explosion. At the precise moment that both Saiyan warriors, the shadow creatures, collided their attacks, the explosion resulting from the collision of the attacks left a crater on the battlefield, while a dense smoke obscured the view. Amidst the haze, Goku with a serious but confident expression, and Vegeta, also with a confident expression of having destroyed the shadow creatures with his attacks, stood on guard, ready to face whatever emerged from this smoke. Suddenly, as soon as the smoke dissipated from the battlefield, the shadowy creatures emerged unharmed, floating in the air with an even more intense presence. Their forms twisted, revealing an even darker and more powerful transformation. Now with eyes glowing with a more intense light, the shadow creatures uttered a great malevolent laugh and moved towards Goku and Vegeta with renowned ferocity. The sky was covered with dark clouds, and lightning intermittently illuminated the scene. The creatures, once scattered, began to converge into a chaotic mass. Their bodies intertwined and merged, creating a monstrous entity that emanated a dark and malevolent aura. The fusion of the creatures was completed with a loud roar, and before Goku and Vegeta emerged, a nightmarish creature. The fused creature had a grotesque figure, with twisted limbs and glowing eyes filled with evil. Its body was enveloped in a halo of dark energy, which distorted the space around it. The ground shook with every step he took, and the waves of evil energy generated chaos on the battlefield. Goku and Vegeta exchanged determined glances. They knew they faced an unprecedented threat. The fusion of the creatures had given rise to a being of incredible power and speed. Goku frowned, clenching his fists, while Vegeta gave a cocky grin.
Kakarot, looks like things have become interesting. I didn't expect to have to face something like this.
Yes, Vegeta. This creature's no joke. We're gonna have to give it our all.
Both warriors raised their ki to the maximum, surrounding themselves with an intense golden and blue aura. Their hair stood on end and the earth trembled under the pressure of their combined power. The fused creature responded with a guttural laugh and advanced towards them with great strides.
Come on, Vegeta. Let's attack together and put an end to this.
For once, Kakarot, I agree.
The battle reached its climax as Goku and Vegeta, enveloped in their golden and blue auras, launched themselves towards the fused creature. Every punch and burst of energy echoed through the air, creating a spectacle of flashes and booms. The creature, however, was not easy to defeat. Its agility and strength were astounding, dodging the Saiyan's attacks with ease.
Vegeta, we need to find an opening in its defense. Focus!
I know, Kakarot, but this thing's fast.
The fused creature responded with a ripping attack, sending the Saiyans flying across the battlefield. Goku and Vegeta, however, quickly recovered and stood up with renewed determination.
We can't underestimate this thing. Come on, Vegeta, let's attack together.
All right, Kakarot, together we'll defeat it.
Goku nodded and they concentrated their energies into an amazing combined attack. A brilliant flash of light and blue light materialized in their hands, growing with each second. The fused creature, seeing the imminent threat, tried to counterattack, but it was too late.
Kamehameha! Final Flash!
The powerful beam of combined energy shot towards the fused creature, illuminating the dark battle with its radiance. However, just when impact seemed inevitable, the creature, in the last act of desperation, deployed a dark shield that managed to resist the Saiyan's assault. The The result explosion sent Goku and Vegeta flying backwards, returning them to their base form, leaving them dazed and severely injured on the ground. The fused creature, though weakened, struggled to its feet, its malevolent aura flickering, but far from fading completely.
Vegeta, we're in trouble. This thing's stronger than we thought.
Vegeta, however, lay motionless on the ground with visible wounds and his aura rapidly diminishing.
Vegeta! Don't give up, Vegeta!
The fused creature, slowly recovering, calmly approached towards Vegeta with a palpable malevolence in its glowing eyes.
Your efforts are futile. I'm the amalgam of darkness itself. This is the end of you, Saiyan Prince.
Goku, full of rage and despair, stood up and threw himself towards the creature with what was left of his strength. However, the creature, with a simple wave of its hand, unleashed a wave of dark energy that enveloped Kakarot and threw him violently to the ground.
Vegeta, we need a plan.
The fused creature approached Vegeta, lifting him off the ground with one hand. The Saiyan Prince, barely conscious, opened his eyes to meet the cold, merciless gaze of his energy.
Kakarot, do whatever it takes.
The fused creature, with a contemptuous gesture, threw Vegeta back to the ground, leaving him on the verge of death. The battle, which had begun with hope, now became bleaker than ever. With his partner down and his own strength waning, Kakarot faced a strength that seemed insurmountable. Goku, sensing the desperation of the situation, recalled the hermit seeds he carried with him. The moment the fused creature came speeding towards him, Goku managed to dodge that blow swiftly, approached Vegeta and handed him one of the valuable seeds.
Vegeta, eat this! It'll give you the energy to keep fighting!
At the same time, Goku also consumed one of the seeds. Vegeta, barely conscious, accepted the seed and consumed it urgently. The hermit seed acted quickly, healing Vegeta's wounds and restoring his life energy. Flashes of golden light surrounded the Saiyan Prince. As he stood up, his eyes were gaining determination.
Kakarot, don't underestimate me. I can keep fighting.
Fine, Vegeta, but we need something else to defeat this creature. Do you remember the fusion technique?
Vegeta frowned but nodded in understanding. Both Saiyans positioned themselves in front of the fused creature, focusing their energies.
Vegeta, let's do it! Let's merge!
I don't think it'll come to this, Kakarot, but I have no choice.
Both warriors stood side by side, raising their hands into the front and began to concentrate their energies. The atmosphere was filled with a brilliant glow as the two Saiyans merged into a single entity. The resulting figure was a perfect combination of Goku and Vegeta, with a powerful golden aura enveloping their fused bodies. This fusion creature showed signs of unease as it witnessed the transformation. The new Saiyan entity turned to it with a determined look. The fusion between Goku and Vegeta, known as Gogeta, and his Super Saiyan form was now evident. Gogeta, with the combined voice of Goku and Vegeta, said, "Prepare for defeat. We're the fusion of the Saiyans, and there's nothing we cannot overcome." With a unified shout, the Saiyan fusion lunged towards the fused creature with incredible speed and power. The battle between the Saiyan fusion and the fused creature erupted into a frenzy of power and skill. Every move, every blow, every burst of energy shook the battlefield. The earth trembled under the intensity of the confrontation, and the sky lit up with the sparks of energy released during the fight. Gogeta, with the combination of Goku's cunning and Vegeta's determination, proved to be an unstoppable force. However, the fused creature did not yield easily, showing a resilience that defied expectations. Both contenders were at a stalemate, each pushing their limits to the max. Goku and Vegeta, in their fused form, began to feel the need to unleash more power to overcome their more formidable foe. In a moment of perfect synchronization, both Saiyans raised their ki to the limit, and the atmosphere itself began to be distorted with the built-up pressure.
It's time to take this to the next level!
In a dazzling flash, the Saiyan fusion underwent an astonishing metamorphosis. His once golden hair now turned sapphire blue, and his aura took on a heavenly hue. The transformation to Super Saiyan Blue had taken place. The fused creature recoiled momentarily as it witnessed the new form. Shocked by the magnitude of the power unleashed, however, the Saiyan fusion showed no mercy and lunged towards with dizzying speed.
Prepare for true Saiyan strength!
The attacks and counterattacks reached a speed that defied perception. The fused creature, despite its previous endurance, was outmatched by the speed and aggressiveness of the Saiyan fusion in its Super Saiyan Blue form. The battle had not yet come to an end. In a final attempt to resist, the fused creature unleashed its own dark power, enveloping the Saiyan fusion in a spiral of chaotic energy. Gogeta, in response, concentrated his energy to the maximum in an act of rage.
Let's go farther!
The energy surrounding the Saiyan fusion intensified and exploded in a dazzling burst. The bright blue aura became more intense, and the power of the Saiyan fusion increased to unimaginable levels. The sky lit up with glows and waves of energy as the fused creature faced Gogeta's unstoppable strength. However, in an unexpected twist, the creature began to build up a dark and sinister energy, revealing a hidden power.
Your resistance is impressive, Saiyans, but you have not seen my true potential.
The fused creature transformed, its fusion distorting further. A black aura filled with malevolence surrounded its body as its eyes glowed with terrifying intensity.
What the hell is it doing?
The fused creature, now imbued with a new dark power, lunged at Gogeta with surprising speed. Despite Gogeta's formidable strength in his Super Saiyan Blue form, the fused creature seemed to be able to anticipate even more.
Now you'll experience true darkness.
Gogeta sensed the threat, deciding to take his own power to the extreme. In a blink of an eye, he activated the technique, the Kaioken. His blue aura multiplied into a mixture of blue and red, and the intensity of the battle reached levels never seen before.
It's time to put an end to this! Kaioken!
Gogeta's speed and strength multiplied exponentially, and the fused creature was momentarily caught off guard. However, the creature counterattacked with a blast of dark energy that enveloped Gogeta, but he struggled to resist. Gogeta, in his Kaioken state, felt the need to raise his power even higher. Thus, his ki increased, causing the earth to tremble from such immense power, destroying mountains and lifting rocks into the skies. At that precise moment, he disappeared from the sight of the fused creature, appearing from behind and creating a glowing bluish sphere of energy that materialized between his hands.
Final Kamehameha!
The energy sphere impacted against the fused creature with unparalleled force. The resulting explosion lit up the sky, dispersed the creature's dark energy. However, when the light faded, the fused creature emerged once again, albeit visibly weakened.
Do not underestimate my power, Saiyans. I have attained a form beyond your comprehension.
Gogeta, sensing the gravity of the situation, prepared for the next confrontation. The battle, far from over, was entering even more dangerous terrain, with the fate of the universe hanging in the balance in this fierce struggle between light and darkness. The battlefield was plunged into utter chaos, with destructive shockwaves reverberating throughout space. Gogeta, with his combined aura of Super Saiyan Blue and Kaioken, was moving at speeds that defied perception. The fused creature, despite his new enhanced form, was momentarily outmatched by the Saiyan warrior's speed.
Darkness cannot defeat light. It's time to seal your fate.
Though weakened, the fused creature did not give up. With impressive speed, it lunged towards Gogeta, unleashing a series of dark attacks that even defied the Kaioken's speed.
Your light is but a fleeting glimmer. In the eternity of darkness, you will suffer.
Gogeta, with sharp reflexes at precise moments, will dodge the fused creature's attacks. The battle reached an even greater frenzy, with a clash of fists and kicks creating waves of energy that swept the surrounding landscape. The once dark and stormy sky were illuminated by the flashes on the contest. In the beginning of the moment of opportunity, Gogeta channeled the Kaioken to an even higher level. His aura became more intense, mixing blue with red in a dazzling display. Seeing the new burst of power, the fused creature recoiled momentarily, a moment Gogeta took advantage of to gather energy.
This is the limit of your darkness. Prepare for the end.
Gogeta, with unmatched speed, appeared in front of the fused creature, concentrating his energy to a single point. A glowing sphere of energy formed between his hands, but this time, the sphere was not blue, it was a mixture of colors. A fusion of the power of Super Saiyan Blue and Kaioken.
Kaioken 20 times! Final Kamehameha!
The now larger, more powerful energy sphere hurled with impressive speed towards the fused creature. The resulting explosion illuminated the entire horizon, causing the mountains and valleys to be enveloped in a dazzling glow. When the light faded, the fused creature lay defeated on the ground, its dark aura completely dissipated. Gogeta, with his Super Saiyan Blue form and Kaioken still activated, watched cautiously. The intense battle had come to an end, but the price of the confrontation was reflected in the devastated Earth and the wear and tear visible on the Saiyan warrior.
I hope that was enough. This universe can't take any more of this destruction.
With a flash, Gogeta deactivated the Kaioken and returned to his base form. As silence descended over the battlefield, the lingering question was whether the threat had truly been eliminated or if there was still challenges to be faced in the vast cosmos. Goku and Vegeta, feeling that the threat had been neutralized for the moment, separated from the Saiyan fusion. The intensity of the battle had left both Saiyans exhausted, but their attention was diverted to a disturbing reality. In the corner of their vision, they watched as a small dark creature made its way towards where Gohan and Broly were standing.
Vegeta, something's happening! We must get there fast!
Those two are in trouble if that thing gets to them. Let's go, Goku!
Both Saiyans, despite their exhaustion, dashed towards Gohan and Broly's location with as much speed as possible. As they approached, they could see the dark creature getting closer and closer to the two warriors. Gohan, who was training with Broly in an attempt to increase his skills, noticed Goku and Vegeta's arrival urgently.
Dad! Vegeta! Something's coming!
Broly, with his piercing gaze, had also sensed the approaching threat.
Evil creature, we will fight!
The small dark creature, noticing the presence of the Saiyans, stopped advancing and displayed a malevolent laugh.
Your victory was short-lived. This is only the first of many surprises.
Before they could react, the dark creature split into multiple smaller shadows, surrounding Gohan and Broly with astonishing speed.
Watch out, Broly! They're fast and dangerous!
We will fight! We won't let them defeat us!
Goku and Vegeta, arriving just in time, joined the battle. The battle became a chaotic dance of blows and explosions as the Saiyans fought the dark shadows that multiplied endlessly.
Let's finish this quickly! Gohan, Broly, stay strong!
Got it, Vegeta!
Broly, unleashing his titanic power, emitted a wave of energy that temporarily dispersed the dark shadows. However, the dark creature, in a final act of desperation, merged back into a larger, more powerful form.
My shadows cannot be so easily defeated. The real battle has just begun.
The shadow creature, now strengthened and more menacing than ever, faced the four Saiyan warriors with palpable malevolence. Gohan, Broly, Goku, and Vegeta moved into battle stance, facing the shadow creature with determination.
Come on, guys! Let's work together and put an end to this menace once and for all!
Broly growled in agreement, his power emanating from him with an imposing force. Goku and Vegeta, despite their earlier exhaustion, raised their energies ready for the battle ahead. The shadow creature, with a sinister laugh, lunged towards them with surprising speed. The Saiyans responded with a coordinated assault, launching energy blasts and performing combo attacks. However, the shadow creature was agile and dodged their attacks with ease.
We can't let this thing get away. Concentrate on attacking together.
You're right, Vegeta. If we fight them as a team, we can overcome anything.
The four Saiyans synchronized their movements, attacking in harmony. Broly unloaded titanic blows. Gohan used his agility and advanced techniques, while Goku and Vegeta coordinated their energies to create a combined assault. Despite their efforts, the shadow creature proved to be resilient and adaptable. It defended with cunning and counterattacked with fury. In a moment of tension, the shadow creature unleashed a dark glow that enveloped its form, transforming to an even more powerful and monstrous version.
It's getting stronger again!
It doesn't matter. I'll destroy it.
The battle intensified as the shadow creature, in its enhanced form, launched waves of dark energy and unleashed more devastating attacks. The Saiyans, however, did not back down. Despite the gravity of the situation, their determination burned stronger than ever.
There's no limit to our strength when we fight together! Come on, guys, we can't lose!
This thing doesn't know who it's messing with. Get ready for what's coming!
Gohan, Broly, Goku, and Vegeta channeled their energies to the maximum, shaking the earth under the intensity of their combined power. In a unified act, the four Saiyans raised their ki to the limit and lunged towards the shadow creature with indomitable resolve. The shadow creature, now in its strengthened form, unleashed a dark energy that enveloped Broly, possessing the mighty Saiyan with a malevolent influence. Broly, his eyes now awash with shadows, stood before the other Saiyans with a menacing presence.
Broly, I won't let you be used as a puppet. We must save him.
We won't let this thing manipulate Broly. Come on, guys, let's protect ourselves and save our friend.
This is getting more complicated than I thought. But no matter, we won't let the darkness win.
The battle began with the shadow creature using Broly's immense power against them. The controlled Saiyans' attacks were fierce, with waves of energy and bursts of ki that challenged even the most experienced warriors. The Saiyans dodged and counterattacked, but the shadow creature took advantage of Broly's brute strength to counter his moves.
We must weaken it enough to free Broly. Dad, Vegeta, let's follow the plan and attack in unison.
The three Saiyans coordinated, launching a series of swift and powerful attacks. However, the shadow creature moved with agility, dodging most of the blows and countering with blows of its own. Broly, under the influence of the Dark Possession, was showing superhuman endurance.
It's not enough! Broly, fight against this influence!
We must force him to break free. We're gonna give it our all.
In a moment of desperation, the Saiyans decided to raise their powers to the maximum. Goku transformed into Super Saiyan second stage, Gohan advanced his mystical form, and Vegeta unleashed his own power into Super Saiyan second stage. The three Saiyans surrounded Broly, launching a combination of flurry of powerful attacks.
Broly, resist! Don't let their darkness consume you!
The shadow creature, feeling the combined presence of the three Saiyan warriors, showed signs of weakness. However, in a desperate act, the dark energy intensified its hold on Broly, raising its power even higher and unleashing unbridled fury.
We can't give up! We're going to free Broly, whatever it takes!
The battle reached its climax as the three Saiyan warriors, Goku, Gohan, and Vegeta, clashed against the shadow creature possessing Broly. The unleashed energy created a spectacle of flashes, explosions, and shockwaves that shook the battlefield. Goku, with his power as a Super Saiyan, moved with astonishing speed, launched energy blasts and accurate punches at the shadow creature. Gohan, in his mystical form, unleashed a combination of fast attacks and advanced techniques, seeking to weaken the dark possession that controlled Broly. Vegeta, in his Super Saiyan second phase form, displayed titanic power, coordinating his attacks with calculated precision.
Broly, listen to my voice! Don't be consumed by this darkness!
The shadow creature, however, resisted tenaciously, harnessing Broly's brute strength and ferocity to counter the Saiyan's attacks. Broly, under the Dark Possession, responded with unstoppable strength, his attacks more intense and uncontrolled.
We need to weaken that possession! Come on, guys, keep up the pressure!
This dark power won't last forever. We must resist!
The battle grew more frantic. With each passing moment, the shadow creature, sensing the threat of the Saiyans, intensified its hold on Broly, fusing its dark energy with the brute strength of the legendary Saiyan.
We can't back down now! Broly's our friend, and we won't let this darkness control him!
In a moment of perfect synchronization, the three Saiyans focused their energies into a coordinated attack. Goku launched a Kamehameha, Gohan unleashed a Masenko, and Vegeta fired a final flash, all aimed at the shadow creature. The resulting explosion illuminated the battlefield, creating an energy storm. However, when the light faded, the shadow creature and Broly still stood, visibly weakened but far from defeated.
It's not enough! We must find a way to free Broly from this possession!
At that moment, the shadow creature, taking advantage of the Saiyan's momentary weakness, launched a surprise attack, sending Goku and Gohan to the ground. Vegeta, with his rage in his eyes, stood up determined.
Enough's enough! We won't let this thing continue to manipulate Broly.
Vegeta concentrated his ki to the maximum, unleashing a new transformation. His intense blue aura transformed into an even brighter and more powerful hue.
Super Saiyan Blue!
The atmosphere itself seemed to tremble at the magnitude of the transformation. Vegeta, now in his evolved form, launched himself towards the shadow creature with renewed speed and power. Vegeta's transformation in Super Saiyan Blue Evolved caused a dramatic change in the intensity of the battle. His bright blue aura flashed with overwhelming energy as he charged towards the shadowy creature and Broly, who was still under his influence.
It's time to put an end to this. Broly, I'll fight to free you from this darkness.
The shadow creature, sensing the threat posed by Super Saiyan Blue, adopted a defensive stance. On the other hand, Broly, his eyes still darkened, prepared to face Vegeta. Vegeta unleashed a flurry of quick and precise attacks, combining punches and kicks with astonishing speed. Each move was charged with the strength of the new form, and the shadow creature was forced to retreat in the face of Vegeta's fury.
Broly, regain control. I'll not allow this darkness to consume you.
Broly, under the influence of the Dark Possession, responded with impressive stamina. His attacks were brutal and uncontrolled, but Vegeta moved with a dexterity that defied expectations.
I need to find an opening in this possession.
In an act of bravery, Vegeta launched himself directly towards Broly. Their fists collided forcefully, and Vegeta, using all his skill, made precise strikes that temporarily weakened the dark influence.
Broly, fight this! You're stronger than this darkness!
The shadowy creature, seeing Vegeta's resistance, increased his energy and fused even more with Broly. Now the dark influence was more entrenched than ever, and Broly unleashed an explosion of wild power.
You can't stop me, Saiyan Prince!
Vegeta, not backing down, continued to engage Broly. The battle reached new heights as both warriors unleashed their most powerful attacks. Vegeta launched a Big Bang attack while Broly responded with a gigantic charge of dark energy. The collision of energies generated a huge explosion that blanketed the area. After the dust settled, Vegeta lay on the ground, clearly exhausted but not giving up.
I can't lose. My determination's stronger than your darkness.
The battle between Vegeta and Broly, who was possessed by the shadow creature, reached a critical point. The overflowing energy of the confrontation was spreading across the battlefield, distorting the air and creating palpable tension. At that crucial moment, Goku found himself regaining consciousness, stood up, and immediately went to Saiyan Prince's side.
Vegeta, let's go! Let's give it all we've got!
Goku's transformation into Super Saiyan Phase 2 and joined the fray. The shadow creature, seeing the arrival of another Saiyan warrior, prepared to face the new threat.
Kakarot, you're just in time. This thing has gotten stronger with Broly.
We'll face it together! Broly, we won't let this darkness control you!
The three Saiyans stood in formation, ready to deal with the shadow creature fused with Broly. The intensity of the conflict increased even more, with flashes of energy and clashes of fists echoing throughout the battlefield.
Come on, Kakarot, let's attack in unison and free Broly.
I got it, Vegeta! Together, we'll free him!
The Saiyans coordinated their attacks, launching a combined blast towards the shadow creature. Despite their efforts, Broly's dark possession was still resisting, fueled by the brute strength of the legendary Saiyan. Broly, under the influence of the shadow creature, unleashed an uncontrolled fury. His attacks were unpredictable and devastating, putting the Saiyans on the defensive. Goku, Vegeta, and the shadow creature continued to exchange energy blasts and powerful blows.
Vegeta, we must break that possession! We can't let Broly fall into darkness!
Roger that, Kakarot. Let's keep attacking together.
Amidst the chaos of the battlefield, the fiery aura of the Saiyans lit up the sky, a visual manifestation of their mammoth power. Goku and Vegeta, feeling the weight of the battle, decided to take it a step further. They joined their energies in a symphony of power, a final bid to tear apart the shadows enveloping the evil presence. The shadow creature, on the brink of the abyss, responded with desperation. It raised its own power, and the darkness churned with intensity as it struggled to resist the combined onslaught of the Saiyans. The clash of energies created a cataclysm of flashes and booms, shaking the battlefield to its core. At that critical moment, the energy explosion was unleashed with dazzling magnificence. The earth shook, and the shockwaves swept across the landscape, leaving behind a trail of destruction. Goku, Vegeta, and Broly, enveloped in the blanket of the explosion, were momentarily eclipsed by the blinding light and dancing shadow. When the shimmering luminosity faded, the Saiyans found themselves faced with a new scenario. On the ground lay Broly, his figure shrouded in a residual haze of the contest. The dark aura that had consumed him had finally dissipated. Stillness reigned on the battlefield. As the warriors approached with worried looks, the formidable warrior who now resisted, his power darkened, finally silenced.
We did it, Vegeta! Broly's free!
Yes, but this shadow creature's still a problem. We can't let our guard down.
Vegeta nodded grimly as they watched Broly, who lay on the ground, slowly recovering from the intense battle. However, at that moment of apparent calm, the shadow creature, cunning and unnoticed, had left Broly's possession to seek a new host. The dark entity swiftly swept into the shadows, unnoticed by the Saiyans, who still assessing their companion's condition. Silently, the shadow creature crept towards Gohan, who had been watching the battle from a distance. Gohan, oblivious to the threat looming over him, felt a shiver run down his spine just as the shadow creature enveloped him with its dark presence. A momentary flash of its eyes indicated that something was terribly wrong. At that instant, Gohan, with a sudden alteration in his expression, went on guard without warning. His gaze, now posed by the shadow creature, glowed with a malevolence that contrasted with his gentle nature. Goku, noticing the sudden tension, turned towards Gohan, but before he could react, Gohan, under the influence of the shadow creature, moved with supernatural speed. The confrontation with Broly had left the Saiyans exhausted, and the shadow creature, seizing the opportunity, vanished into the darkness along with Gohan. Vegeta, realizing the situation, gritted his teeth in fury. The threat persisted, and now Gohan, a valuable ally, was in the hands of the shadows. Goku and Vegeta, despite their exhaustion, prepared for a new confrontation, aware that the battle had not yet come to an end. The tension in the air was palpable, as Goku and Vegeta, still worried about Broly, with determination, turned towards the place where the dark entity had vanished.
Damn it, where'd that thing go?
I don't know, Vegeta, but we must find it before it hurts Gohan. The two Saiyans, quick as the wind, rushed towards where Gohan had been standing, their senses alert. The shadow creature, now inside Gohan, emerged from the shadows with a sinister laugh.
Looks like they're not as cunning as they thought. Now I have a new toy for my plans. Get out of Gohan, you damn creature.
I'll not allow you to possess my son!
Ha! You think you could stop me? My power possesses even more of your combined forces. Do not underestimate the Saiyans. We have overcome greater challenges than you.
Leave Gohan and face your fate, creature. You'll not be victorious. The shadow creature, now in control of Gohan, smiled malevolently before responding.
We'll see how long you can resist. Gohan is now an instrument of my will.
The shadow creature possessing Gohan unleashed a burst of dark energy that distorted the surrounding space. Goku and Vegeta suddenly found themselves during a chaotic confrontation, with Gohan now transformed into an instrument of the malevolent entity. The waves of energy radiating from Gohan's possessed figure created an ominous aura that filled the battlefield, defying the Saiyans' endurance and determination. The Saiyans, in their Super Saiyan Blue form, prepared for the impending clash. The shadow creature, using Gohan's body, moved with supernatural agility, dodging the Saiyans' first attacks with grace and malice. Gohan, his eyes now filled with darkness, lunged at Goku with astonishing speed. Goku blocked Gohan's first few blows with difficulty, feeling the enhanced strength and speed of his new controlled son. The fight was intense, each move charged with power and ferocity. Meanwhile, Vegeta positioned himself strategically, assessing the situation, looking for an opening to attack. The shadow creature, through Gohan, unleashed a flurry of attack, which devastating blows that kept Goku on the defensive. However, Goku's ability to adapt quickly to the battle allowed him to counter the attacks and counterattack with his own overwhelming power. Vegeta, sensing an opportunity, lunged at the shadow creature from an unexpected angle. However, the dark entity had sharp reflexes and deflected Vegeta's attack with ease, throwing Gohan against Goku as a distraction. The shadow creature's strategy paid off, as it took advantage of the distraction to hit Vegeta with a beam of dark energy. Vegeta, although he resisted the impact, was momentarily weakened. The entity, now with a malevolent smile, turned to him.
Damn it! This isn't over, shadow creature.
Goku, reacting quickly, stepped between the shadow creature and Vegeta. Vegeta, hold on! We can't let this thing divide us! The shadow creature, enjoying the chaos it had sown, released a dark aura that enveloped both Saiyans. The dark energy sought to confuse and weaken their senses, however the Saiyans' instinctive connection to Ki enabled them to resist the dark influence. The battle raged in a frenzy of clashing colors and energies. Gohan, controlled by the shadow creature, moved with a mixture of speed and agility that defied the laws of physics. Goku and Vegeta, each focusing on their own battlefront, were trying to coordinate their attacks to free Gohan from the dark possession. Gohan, fight this darkness! You're stronger than this! Gohan, though showing flashes of resistance, was caught in an internal struggle between his will and the Shadow Creature's control. The battle grew more challenging. With each passing second, the Shadow Creature reveled in its ability to manipulate and corrupt one of Earth's mightiest warriors. Vegeta, recovering from the earlier onslaught, threw himself back into the fray. The Shadow Creature, however, anticipated his attack and gracefully dodged Vegeta's attempts to strike it. The Dark Entity counterattacked with a series of precise blows that forced Vegeta to retreat.
Damn Shadow, don't underestimate the Prince of the Saiyans.
Goku, seeing his partner's difficulty, raised his power to the maximum. Dazzling energy emanated from his Super Saiyan Blue form as he prepared for a concentrated attack. The Shadow Creature, noticing the glowing threat, diverted its attention to Goku.
Vegeta, keep up the pressure. I'm gonna concentrate my energy to free Gohan.
Vegeta nodded and increased his offensive, distracting the Shadow Creature as Goku concentrated his power. The fight reached a new level of intensity, with each move echoing across the vast battlefield. The energy collided, creating shockwaves that distorted reality itself. Goku, eyes glowing with determination, unleashed his most powerful attack. A sphere of glowing blue energy formed in his outstretched hands. Charged with the combined strength of the Saiyans, the spear grew in size and the power as Goku had held it in place.
It's time to free Gohan!
The Shadow Creature, realizing the threat, moved quickly to stop Goku's attack. Vegeta, taking advantage of the distraction, lunged with renewed fury, looking for an opening to attack. The battle reached its climax when Goku released the energy sphere, ascending it directly towards the Shadow Creature. The energy sphere burst into a dazzling flash, illuminating the battlefield with intense light. Shockwaves swept through the darkness as Goku's purifying energy sought to free Gohan from the Shadow Creature's possession. However, as the light faded and the earth stopped shaking, the Shadow Creature emerged seemingly unharmed. The Dark Entity, now irritated, turned to the Saiyans with a twisted laugh.
Is that all you can do? My power is unbreakable.
Goku and Vegeta, despite their exhaustion, prepared for the next assault. The battle, far from ending, dragged on into confrontation of epic proportions. Darkness and light collided in an endless clash, with the will of the Saiyans resisting against the entity that threatened to plunge them into the shadows. The Dark Creature, after resisting Goku's powerful attack, showed a malicious smile. A dark glow enveloped Gohan, and his body began to tremble with intensity. A guttural scream echoed through the air as the Dark Entity forced a unique transformation on the Saiyan warrior. Gohan, under the Shadow Creature's influence, contorted and his body was enveloped in a dark, feral energy. The earth trembled with the intensity of the transformation, and Gohan's figure began to change. Defined musculature, red eyes, a wild gaze, long gray hair, and emerging in the new form, Gohan Dark Beast. Vegeta and Goku, shocked by the unexpected evolution, instinctively recoiled from the overwhelming presence of Dark Gohan Beast. The Shadow Creature had accomplished what it could not do with Broly, unleash a unique and uncontrolled transformation on Gohan. Dark Beast Gohan, now freed from any hint of rationality, roared skyward, emitting an overwhelming energy that shook the battlefield. His eyes glowed with an animalistic intensity, and his posture indicated that human control was suppressed.
This can't be happening. What did that thing do?
The Shadow Creature managed to unlock something inside Gohan. This won't be easy.
The Shadow Creature, pleased with the success of its manipulation, watched the scene with satisfaction.
Now, witness my true power. The Saiyan Beast Warrior. How do you plan to stop him?
Dark Beast Gohan let out a deafening roar and lunged towards Vegeta with impressive speed. Dark Beast Gohan's attacks were ferociously savage, his brute strength and speed surpassing even Broly's most rampaging transformation. Vegeta, using his speed and agility, dodged Dark Beast Gohan's first attacks. However, the Saiyan Beast Warrior's ferocity was unpredictable, and Vegeta was forced to deploy all his skill to stay out of range of the devastating attacks. Goku, assessing the situation, transformed into Super Saiyan Blue and rushed to Vegeta's aid. The two Saiyans fought in tactical coordination, looking to open an opportunity to counter Gohan's savage new form. The battle became a whirlwind of energy, with explosions and crashes echoing across the battlefield. The Shadow Creature in the shadows continued to manipulate and fuel Dark Beast Gohan's fury. The Saiyan strategy was becoming more and more challenging as Dark Beast Gohan seemed to be one step ahead, anticipating their moves.
Damn it! Gohan Beast is too unpredictable.
We must find a way to free Gohan from this transformation. We can't let the shadow control his true power. As the Saiyans faced Gohan Beast's fury, the shadow creature watched from the shadows, enjoying the chaos he had unleashed. The situation was becoming more critical with each passing moment, and the Saiyans' endurance was being tested in the face of Beast Gohan's uncontrollable fury. The battle raged on in a titanic struggle between light and darkness, with the hope of freeing Gohan from the influence of the shadow creature hanging in delicate balance. The Saiyans, determined to overcome this challenge, faced an enemy that had managed to unleash an even greater internal threat than before. While the intense battle raged on the battlefield, Piccolo, the Namekian sage, was immersed in his mental training somewhere secluded. His concentration was so deep that he could feel an abrupt shift in ki, a disturbance that reverberated through space and time. A shiver ran down his back, indicating the gravity of the situation.
Something's not right.
The Namekian instantly stood up, his cloak billowing as he focused on the direction of the glowing chaos. The power he felt was not just brute force. It was an amalgam of dark energies that seemed to defy the very essence of reality. Wasting no time, Piccolo prepared to approach this side of the conflict. Back on the battlefield, Goku and Vegeta fought valiantly against Dark Beast Gohan, who moved with uncontrollable ferocity under the influence of the shadow creature. The dark entity, sensing Piccolo's arrival, smirked.
Looks like we have a new guest. This just gets more interesting.
Goku and Vegeta focused on Gohan Beast, noticing Piccolo's presence as he appeared on the battlefield with a serenity that contrasted with the surrounding chaos.
What happened here? What have you done with Gohan?
That shadow thing possessed Gohan and transformed it into a wild beast.
We can't free Gohan this way. The shadow creature manipulates his power in unimaginable ways. Dark Beast Gohan, noticing Piccolo's arrival, turned to him with wild eyes. The shadow creature, enjoying the chaos, prepared for the next act of this heartbreaking play.
Welcome, Piccolo. You're just in time to witness the inevitable downfall of these Saiyans.
Don't underestimate the Saiyans or my determination. I'm here to free Gohan.
The Namekian braced himself for the confrontation, deploying his ki with an intensity that made it clear he would not be a mere spectator in this battle. Dark Beast Gohan, fueled by the shadowy influence, roared and lunged towards Piccolo with a speed that defied all logic. The battle became even more chaotic with Piccolo's entrance. His movements were precise and calculated, contrasting with the wild ferocity of Dark Beast Gohan. Goku and Vegeta, aware of Piccolo's strategic skill, adjusted their approach to coordinate their attacks with the Namekian. Meanwhile, the shadow creature watched the battle with a Machiavellian smile, enjoying the confrontation between the forces of light and shadow. The dark entity was determined to prove that its influence was insurmountable. The fight unfolded in a whirlwind of colliding energies, with Piccolo demonstrating his tactical and strategic prowess. Dark Beast Gohan, however, remained a formidable challenge, his erratic movements and uncontrolled strength testing the tenacity of the warriors on the battlefield.
Goku, Vegeta, we need to plan to break the connection between Gohan and that shadow creature.
You're right, Piccolo. We need to attack from different fronts and destabilize that connection.
I'll take care of keeping Beast Gohan busy. Kakarot, you use the connection you have with your son to try to isolate the shadow creature.
Goku and Vegeta, coordinating their efforts with Piccolo's strategic expertise, went on the assault. Piccolo used his wisdom to be able to devise a way to get Dark Beast Gohan out of said possession, while Vegeta unleashed his fury with calculated attacks to keep the beast at bay. As the battle continued, the shadow creature began to feel the pressure of the combined strategy of the Saiyans and Piccolo. The connection between Gohan and the dark entity was under threat, and the shadow creature, despite its confidence, was beginning to show signs of concern. The battle was far from over, but the warriors' resilience was growing stronger in the face of the adversity that loomed over them. As Piccolo continued his mental struggle to free Gohan from the shadow creature's possession, his Namekian senses sharpened. Keen perception led him to identify a small shadow leech clinging to Dark Beast Gohan's lower neck, a detail that had not been evident in Broly's previous possession due to his long hair covering that region.
That's it. The key in this little shadow leech on his neck. We must eliminate it to free Gohan.
Piccolo's revelation attracted the attention of Vegeta and Goku on the physical battlefield. Vegeta, upon hearing this, turned his gaze to the back of Gohan Beast's dark neck and noticed the presence of the Shadow Leech.
A Shadow Leech? That explains why we couldn't free Broly this way.
How do we eliminate it without harming Gohan? As Piccolo struggled to maintain his mental connection, he analyzed this situation and came up with a strategy.
If we attack the Shadow Leech directly, we might harm Gohan in the process. We need a precise way to eliminate it without endangering his life.
So what's the plan, Piccolo?
Goku, you've mastered Ultra Instinct, but you can only maintain it for a few seconds. We need to take advantage of those brief moments to distract Dark Beast Gohan and allow you to get close enough to destroy the Shadow Leech.
Understood, Piccolo. I'll do my best.
But how do we make sure Beast Gohan doesn't attack while Kakarot's approaching? That's the tricky part. We need to keep Gohan busy and distracted. Vegeta, your attacks must be precise and constant, keeping his attention on you.
I will, but Kakarot, don't make me regret this.
The battle resumed with renowned intensity. Vegeta went on the offensive, attacking Gohan Dark Beast with a series of swift and powerful blows. Gohan responded with ferocity, but Vegeta maintained agile, dodging his attacks while keeping the savage Saiyan warrior's attention. At that moment, Goku concentrated, channeling Ultra Instinct. An aura of flickering energy surrounded him as he activated the powerful transformation. His speed increased exponentially, allowing him to easily dodge Dark Beast Gohan's attacks.
Now, Goku, now's your chance.
Goku in his Ultra Instinct state moved with superhuman speed towards Gohan's rear. The shadow creature, still focused on the fierce confrontation with Vegeta, did not notice Goku's approach. This is my chance to end this! With pinpoint accuracy, Goku reached out his hand and touched the small Shadow Leech on Gohan's neck. The leech, upon being touched by the Ultra Instinct energy, began to fade, emitting a dark screech before dissolving completely. Dark Beast Gohan, losing connection with the Shadow Leech, shook violently, as if releasing himself from a trance. Vegeta, noticing the change, cautiously stepped back as Goku returned to his normal state. What happened?
Kakarot seems to have found a way to free you from that thing.
It was risky, but it worked.
Well done, Goku, but don't let your guard down. This shadow creature might have more tricks up its sleeve.
The immediate threat had been neutralized. The shadow creature, watching from the shadows, moving away unnoticed by the Saiyan warriors, was not about to give up. So the shadow creature set out to return to its master. Well guys, this is all for today's chapter. I hope you liked it and it was to your liking. Now don't forget to leave your powerful like Supreme God level, comment and subscribe. Now without further ado, see you in a new video. Until next time.